All right, getting ready for the live stream here. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Get started in a little bit here. Say hi in the chat. Let me know you're watching. Hit that thumbs up. Give us a like. All right, 5:45. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to Weekly Scamaware 101 live stream. My name's Jared with Scamaware 101. I'll be presenting the live stream today. Lots of good stuff to go over today. We'll get started in about 5 minutes. We'll just give everybody a chance to join here before we get started. But in case it's your first time joining, again, my name is Jared with Scamaware 101. We do this live stream every week to spread awareness of scams. And the idea is to spread awareness so you can protect yourself and protect your loved ones from becoming a victim. You know, everybody's vulnerable to these scams, and the scammers are only getting more clever and trickier, and they want to take all your money. And awareness is key to preventing that. And that's why on this live stream we'll go over about 20 different types of scams that are currently circulating and active. We'll go over red flags to help you identify these scams and recognize them, you know, before you lose any money. And we're going to show you a lot of examples of all these different scams. We're going to show you email scam examples, phone call scam examples, text message scam examples. We're even going to show you some snail mail scam examples, right? Because scammers still use the postal service, believe it or not. So awareness is key. We've got a lot of good information for you this evening on the live stream. You could help us spread awareness by hitting that thumbs up, giving us a like, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We release scam awareness videos. A lot of scams we'll be talking about tonight. We have videos about some of them. Hey, welcome, Dave. Good to see you. Hey, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. Anything helps. We get started in about 3 minutes here. Lots of good stuff to go over. Just giving everybody a chance to join. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't yet. Let's see if we get some more people into this live stream. The more the merrier. We get started about 3 minutes here. And let me know in the chat that you're watching. I'm trying something a little different this week. Change some settings around on a live stream. I'm only doing the vertical live stream this week. We're going to see if that fixes the lagging issues. There were some issues the past couple weeks. So for now, we'll see how the vertical stream goes. We'll get started in about 2 or 3 minutes here. Yeah, if you're just joining, hit that like button. Let us know you're watching. And the goal is to spread awareness, and that's why we do this live stream. We go for usually about 3-4 hours. Cover lots of good stuff to be aware of. If you don't subscribe yet, hit that subscribe button. You can follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. We had a lot of responses to our Facebook event for this live stream, so if you're coming in from Facebook, let us know in the chat. I had about 50 replies of people interested, so we'll see if any show up. Get started in about 2 more minutes here. 1 minute, 2 minute. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Dave. I didn't know that. I must not have got the email notification. That's awesome. Let me know how the black mug is. I have a white one. All right, we get started in about 1 minute here. Yeah, I was thinking about switching to a different drop shipper for this. So let me know what you think of your mug when you get it. I'm curious what you think of the quality, because I was thinking about looking into a different drop ship place. All right, gonna get started in about 1 minute here. If you're just joining, hit that thumbs up, give us a like, say hi in the chat, let us know you're watching. Lots of good information to go over you this evening. Let me get started in about 1 minute here. Just giving everybody one last chance to join before we get started. All right, 5:50. Let's get started. Welcome to the Scam Awareness live stream by Scamaware 101. We do this live stream every week, and our mission is to spread awareness about common scams so you can protect yourself and protect your loved ones from becoming a victim. On this live stream, we're going to go over about 20 different types of scams. We're going to go over red flags to help you identify and recognize these scams. We're also going to show you a lot of examples of these scams, like emails, phone calls, text messages, and even some snail mail versions of scams that are active and circulating, right? Because we're being attacked from all angles when it comes to these scammers. And scam awareness is more important than ever right now. You know, especially a lot of people don't realize when they get scammed out of their money, a lot of times the bank's not going to cover it for you. You know, a lot of times when you're tricked into withdrawing your money and sending it to a scammer, you're beat. The bank's not going to get you back. And a lot of people don't realize that. So it's important to be aware of these scams just so we can spot them and avoid them before losing any money, before becoming a victim. All right, and that's our goal here. We want to help you recognize these scams. That's why we're going to show you a bunch of examples of them. We're going to go over a bunch of different types of scams. So this way you're aware of what's going around. And the idea is to just help you recognize these scams and avoid interacting with the scammer altogether, because these scammers can be convincing. So again, say hi in the chat, let us know you're watching, hit that thumbs up, give us a like, and you can also follow us on all your favorite social media platforms: Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. You can subscribe here on YouTube. We release scam awareness videos here on YouTube as well. A lot of scams we're going to talk about tonight on this live stream, we do have videos about as well. So afterwards, you can go find those videos and share them with your loved ones if you think they should be aware of some of these things. And with that said, what else? Oh, also join our free mailing list, of course. Don't forget to join our free mailing list, scamaware101.com. And you hit join mailing list. We'll send you some useful scam awareness tips, some reminders when we're going live. We won't abuse your email address, we promise. We won't sell it to anybody, and you can always unsubscribe if you want. But join our free mailing list. That's how you can keep in touch. We'll send you the latest info, let you know when we post new videos, things like that. All good stuff. Scamaware101.com, the join mailing list. And you can also donate as well. We have the QR code on the screen. You can scan it, or you go to scamaware101.com/donate. We'll take whatever we could get. We have the super thanks set up here in the chat and on the videos. Thanks again, Dave, for sending one of those earlier. Always appreciate it. It always helps. So if you want to help support what we're doing, you want to send us a few bucks, there's options, right? And we appreciate it. But don't feel obligated. You know, the goal here is really just to spread awareness about scams. You know, just hitting that like button and subscribing helps us spread awareness. So we appreciate you, and that's all I got to say about that. Now, I'll stop rambling, and let's get to why you're all here and start going over some common scams. Make you aware of what's going on and how to protect yourself, right? So the first scam we're going to talk about tonight are arrest warrant scams. We did a video about this one. You can find our YouTube channel. But these arrest warrant scams are extremely common right now. There's lots of reports and warnings out about these. They're coming from the local sheriff's office, local law enforcement, warning about these scammers who they call a victim. They call a victim up and they'll impersonate law enforcement. And the scammer will tell the victim that an arrest warrant is either has been issued or will be issued. If they don't pay, fines immediately. A lot of times they'll say that the victim missed jury duty, and that's why there's a warrant that's going to be issued for an arrest. Or sometimes they'll say there's an accident that happened associated to your license years ago. They'll give you some kind of story about missing a court date, or something along those lines. They're trying to scare you, and that could be a scary situation, right? And a lot of times when these scammers call, they impersonate the sheriff's office. They'll impersonate law enforcement. And an important thing to be aware of is that your caller ID, if they're calling you, even though it's a scammer, the scammer could be across the world in another country, right? But your caller ID might actually show a sheriff's office, right? Because scammers can manipulate the caller ID. That's extremely important to remember that, to be aware of that, to let your loved ones know that. We know that scammers are actively manipulating what the caller ID shows. Right? We know that they do that for these arrest warrant scams. When they call up victims and they impersonate law enforcement, we know that the caller ID has been showing the sheriff's office phone number or local law enforcement's phone number. So you can't trust caller ID. But anyway, back to these arrest warrant scams. Extremely common right now. There's lots of warnings out there. Lots of warnings from sheriff's offices. I mean, they don't like being impersonated by scammers, right? Police don't like being impersonated. So be aware of these arrest warrant scams. A lot of times these scammers will even offer to send you paperwork, but it's fake paperwork. So these scammers, they're getting clever, right? So they're calling you, they're impersonating a sheriff's office. The caller ID looks like it's the sheriff's office, and they're offering you fake paperwork to try and make it seem like there's actually an arrest warrant going to be issued, right? So it can be scary. It can be scary. But now that you know that this is a scam that's circulating, don't freak out. If you get a call from someone claiming to be from the sheriff's office, claiming there's going to be a warrant for your arrest, here's what you do. All right? You ask them what organization is issuing the warrant, and then you hang up. Hang up and call the organization directly if you're concerned. If you're even concerned that there might be an arrest warrant. But don't engage with the scammer. So if you get this type of phone call, be aware that it's a common scam. You know, even if the phone number caller ID shows a sheriff's office, scammers could do that. It's really important to remember that. And even if they offer to provide paperwork, don't trust it. Don't engage with an unsolicited phone call. And that's a big theme we're going to talk about tonight is not engaging with unsolicited contacts, right? Unsolicited communication, whether it's a phone call, text message, email. If you don't know the person, you aren't expecting it, you need to have your guard up. So anyway, that's the first scam we talked about this evening, was arrest warrant scams. You know, be aware that those are circulating. And sometimes they're referred to as jury duty scams because, again, they'll say that you missed jury duty, and that's why arrest warrants could be getting issued. Let me know in the chat if you've encountered any of these scams. If you've gotten calls from people impersonating a sheriff's office or law enforcement claiming there's an arrest warrant out. I want to hear your experience in the chat. These live streams, I try to interact with the viewers and everybody, so feel free to engage. I'll do my best to reply in between the scams. I'll reply to the chat and interact. Ask some questions. Pretty laid back on these live streams. Again, if you just joined us, I'm Jared with ScamAware 101. We do these live streams every week. The goal is to spread awareness about scams, common scams that target individuals, right? That's the scams we focus on. We focus on the scams that are targeting individuals, because for employees and business, there's already tons of training out there. A lot of companies have to pay for employee training to get cyber security insurance, and but there's not many resources out there for individuals, right? The grandmother's getting scammed, stay-at-home mom's getting scammed. Things that aren't scams that don't necessarily target businesses, right? So there's a need for this information to be out there for individuals to know what type of scams they're being targeted with and how they can protect themselves. Again, let me know in the chat you're watching. Hit that thumbs up. Give us a like. See if we get some more people here in the live stream. Next scam we're going to talk about is bank impersonation scams. Right, that's when scammers impersonate the bank, and they usually claim suspicious activity was detected under a victim's account. Victims are then tricked into withdrawing and transferring funds to the scammers. The caller ID might even display the bank's phone number. In fact, we know that. We see that a lot. And again, you always have to remember these scammers, they can manipulate caller ID. And we see that a lot with these bank impersonation scams. The scammer will call up a victim, and the caller ID will actually show the bank's phone number, even though it's not the bank, even though it's a scammer calling. And that's important to be aware of, because a lot of times the reason victims fall for these types of scams is they trusted the caller ID. They didn't realize that scammers could manipulate the caller ID. So they see that it has the bank's phone number, and they think they're talking to the bank when they're not. And this is extremely common these days for scammers to impersonate the bank. And the way they trick victims into sending their money and withdrawing their money is they'll say that, hey, I'm calling from the bank. There's suspicious activity under your account. We need you to transfer the money out of that account. It's not safe. Somebody has access to your account, and we need you to transfer it to us. So here's how you do it. We need you to withdraw the money, and then the scammer instructs them how they want to receive the money. And the victim just thinks they're talking to the bank. The other thing to keep in mind is a lot of times these scammers, they might already know what bank you use. They might already know already. So they already know what bank to impersonate when they call you. So not only are you getting a call from the bank, but it's actually a bank that you use, or you think you're getting a call from a bank that you use. It's not just phone calls, it's text messages too. And here's an example of a text message. Now, what's interesting about this example of a scam text message that's impersonating your bank, right? What's interesting about this text message is the person that gave it to me also said right before they received this text message, they also received a phone call. And the caller ID showed TD Bank's number. It showed the correct number on caller ID, right? But it was a scammer. They didn't answer the call. And immediately after not answering, they got this text message, which says, verified TD Bank card activity. Did you attempt a transaction for $250 at Walgreens? Reply yes if recognized, or no if not. And you can see in this example of a scam text message, it's trying to impersonate your bank. It's trying to impersonate those text messages you get when you use your card. Maybe you're traveling and you use your credit card and you get one of these suspicious transaction text messages. That's what this scam is trying to impersonate. And again, they called first, and when the person didn't answer the phone, they sent this text message. But it's a scam. And the scammer, they want to get the victim on the phone. Ultimately, that's their goal. If the victim had replied to this text message, eventually they would have tried to get them on the phone. They would have tried to get their additional bank account information from them. They may have told them that, well, since you didn't make this transaction, somebody has access to your bank account, and they'll go into that whole narrative about your money's not safe, you need to transfer it. And that's how these bank impersonation scams work. And there are a couple red flags or giveaways that this text message isn't actually from the bank. Right, the first one is it came from a real phone number. And what I mean by that is if it had been from your bank, it would have came from a short code number. You know how sometimes you get text messages and they come from like a 5-digit number instead of a real phone number? If this had been from your bank, it would have been a short code, not a real phone number. So that was the first hint that this is actually a scam, because it came from an actual phone number, the text message. The other thing is you could see the random capitalization. It's off. It's not right. The C in card is capitalized. The T in transaction is capitalized. The R in reply is capitalized. The N in not is capitalized. It's just strange capitalization. And that's always a red flag when you receive an email or a text message and it's got grammar or spelling or capitalization errors. Right? So that's always a red flag too. And you see a few of them in this text message. And the other red flag was if this had been from your bank, it would have indicated the account in some way. Like it would have said the last 4 digits of the account. It would have given you some kind of indication which account it was referring to. So those were all little red flags of how you could tell that this was actually a scam text message. And again, it's important to realize that the scammers first they called the phone first, and then they sent text message right after. So they're trying multiple ways to scam people. And we actually have a victim's story about that here. In her case, it was Wells Fargo, her bank Wells Fargo. Right. And this article from November last year, this victim said, I feel so stupid. This young Connecticut woman had her bank account drained by scammers after answering trusted Wells Fargo number. Right. So she's an example of, she didn't realize that the caller ID could be manipulated. Right. She thought she could trust it because it actually said Wells Fargo's number. She didn't realize that scammers could do that. They could show the bank's phone number while they're trying to trick you. And that's what happened to her. When she talked to these scammers, they actually told her that she had to transfer money with Zelle. She said that the scammers called up, they impersonate Wells Fargo. They said that there was fraudulent activity under her account. And in her case, they said she had to send money with Zelle. And by the way, that's always a red flag, too, when you hear mentions of Zelle. Scammers do like. That's one of the payments that scammers like to receive through Zelle. So that's always a red flag if you hear that. So, but anyway, that's how these bank impersonation scams work. And they're trying to get you with phone calls. They're trying to get you with text messages, and of course, they're trying to get you with emails. Right? We always get those emails that they impersonate your bank. They claim to be from your bank, but they're scam emails. And they're trying to get you to give up your login information. Right? So bank impersonation scams, extremely common. Be aware of them. Now, if somebody's calling you claiming to be from the bank, the action is the same with every unsolicited call. You got to hang up. You can't just trust the person you're talking to on the phone as who they say they are anymore. Even if the caller ID seems to confirm it, you can't trust it. You actually have to hang up. In this case, you would call your bank directly and say, hey, I just got a phone call. Is this true? And that's really the number one tip when it comes to phone call scams. Anybody calling you, whether they're impersonating, whether they claim to be law enforcement or your bank or a government agency, you have to hang up and then call directly. You have to hang up and verify, go look up the real phone number and call them back directly. That's the only way you can know the person you're talking to is legit. Even if they have information about you. These scammers, a lot of times, like I said, they'll know something about you already. A lot of times, they already know what bank you use. So when they're trying to trick you with these phone calls and these text messages, they'll know that you have TD Bank, and that's why they impersonate TD Bank. Or they'll know you have Wells Fargo, and that's why they impersonate Wells Fargo. And we're going to talk about that a little later in our live stream, what these scammers know about you and how they know so much about you. But that's a bank impersonation scam. Extremely common. Watch out for them. And be aware. And if you're just joining, say hi in chat. Let us know you're watching. Hit that thumbs up. Give us a like. Our goal here is to spread awareness about common scams. We do this live stream every week. I'm Jared with Scamware 101. We go over about 20 different types of scams. We show you all different examples of email and text messages and even play you some recorded phone calls to help you protect yourself from these scams. Protect yourself. Protect your loved ones. There's a problem, these scammers. They want to take everything from you. Not just a little bit. They want to take everything. They're ruthless. So awareness is key to preventing yourself from becoming a victim and helping your loved ones out. So, and I want to hear your stories. Let me know in the chat what scams you've encountered. If you encountered the scams we've been talking about, let us know. I want to hear your stories. You join our free mailing list. Go to scamaware101.com, hit join mailing list. We'll send you some other useful scam awareness tips and reminders when we're going live. You can also follow us on your favorite social media platforms. Blue Sky, X, Facebook, Threads, Instagram. We're most active on Facebook, and we need some more Facebook followers. So if you're on Facebook, help us out. Go to facebook.com/scamaware101 and hit that follow button. I'd like to get this live stream going on Facebook, but we need a few more followers. So help us out and hit that follow button over on Facebook. Appreciate it. All right, the next scam we're going to talk about, tech support scams. These are extremely dangerous. A lot of older folks fall for these scams. But these scammers are extremely dangerous. They've been known to, once they get access to a victim's computer, they've been known to try to clear out all their bank accounts. So let's talk about what these tech support scams are. Victims receive, usually, a fake virus alert on their device, and they're tricked into calling a fake tech support phone number. The victim unknowingly connected to a scammer who requests access to the victim's device. All right, the scammer then steals personal and financial information from the victim. And this is an extremely common scam, and it works. Right? People have been falling for it for years. And let me show you a couple examples of these fake virus alerts to give you an idea what you're dealing with. I'm going to start with just a few generic examples first, and I'll show you some more convincing examples after that. But here's just a quick example, right? You'll be browsing the internet, just mind your own business, and boom, you get an alert like this that pops up. Warning, 5 viruses detected. Right? Big scary letters, it's red. It could be scary. It could be scary to someone. Right? And that says, contact us now so our expert engineers can remove the threats and help you avoid. And that lists all these scary things: system crashing, file deletion, theft of personal data, Wi-Fi loss, infections on your other devices. All scary stuff, right? And this fake pop-up, it says, call us immediately. It has the 800 number. And that's the scam. It's trying to scare the victim into calling that 800 number. If you call that 800 number, you're going to be connected to scammers. You're not going to be connected to tech support. It's actually scammers. And that's one of the giveaways with these fake virus alerts. If it has a phone number to call, it's not real. It's a scam. Real virus alerts don't have a phone number to call. Here's another example of just a generic fake virus alert. Right, warning, check your computer now. This is call this number immediately. Again, it lists all the scary stuff: data exposed, credit card details, email passwords, Facebook, private photos, right? All scary stuff. And the scammer wants the victim to react quickly. Oh no, I better call this number right away. Right? They want to scare them so they don't think about it. And here's another example of a generic fake virus alert. And this one, you can see the address bar, right? You could tell, if you're a little computer savvy, you could tell, wait a minute, this isn't a virus alert. This is just a pop-up, a website pop-up. There's a website address up there, all right? But someone that's not so computer savvy, then they just see a big scary warning, big scary red letters, right? Your computer is infected. They call tech support now, right? So it scares them. They call tech support right away. Again, a lot of times the older folks fall for this one, but other people are falling for it too. And look, those are some generic versions, but there's much more convincing versions out there. I have a few more realistic examples of these fake virus alerts to show you. But first, the thing that's important to realize about this scam is everybody's vulnerable to this type of scam. And what I mean by that is it doesn't matter if you're on a Windows machine, a Mac, iPhone, an Android, right? You could be on your mobile device, you could be on your computer, your desktop computer. It doesn't matter. If you could browse the internet on that device, you could get one of these fake virus pop-ups. Right, so let me show you a couple more examples. And these are some more convincing examples here. This one impersonates McAfee antivirus. And it's pretty legit looking, right? It has the McAfee logo, color theme, right? Your PC is infected with viruses. You know, this example, you could tell it's fake because you can see there's a address bar behind it. So if you're a little computer savvy, you can kind of tell. But to someone that's not computer savvy, right? And especially if they know that they have McAfee, they might think, oh, my McAfee's giving me a virus alert. I better call this number. But that's a scam. Once you call that number, you connect it to a scammer. Again, another important thing to realize about these scammers is that they're sitting in a data center waiting for you to call, right? They do this for a living. They're sitting there all day waiting for people like these fake pop-ups to call them. And the scammer, they'll impersonate McAfee. Another example of a convincing fake virus alert, right? Norton by Symantec. It's made to look like it's a Norton alert, but it's fake. You know, threats detected. System hard drive may fail. Do not close the page until issue is resolved. It says support toll-free helpline. But that's not Norton's phone number. It's a scam. If you call that number, you'll be connected to a scammer. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. Next example, there's a fake Windows Defender alert. Right, it has the Windows logo. Contact Windows support. It's got the phone number there. But that's not their number. Connected to a scammer. There's another one that impersonates Windows Defender. And look, it looks legit. Right? It's got their logo, their colors. But this fake pop-up, if you call that phone number, you'll be connected to the scammer. Again, that's a giveaway when it comes to these fake virus alerts, is if it has a phone number to call, you know it's fake, you know it's a scam. So that's important to be aware of. Let's got a couple more examples for you here. These fake virus alerts. And you know, also just a note too is, you know, a lot of times the way these tech support scams work is just through a fake virus alert, right? You get a fake, it's just a pop-up. It's designed to look like a virus alert, and it tricks the victim into calling, right? But there have been cases where scammers will call victims directly. They'll call victims directly, and they'll say, "I'm with Microsoft, and we received an alert you have a virus." So there have been situations where these tech support scammers, they'll reach out to you first and try to claim they're with Microsoft or McAfee. But in most cases, at least in most reported cases, it's these fake virus alerts that pop up. You know, they're designed to scare people into reacting quickly. I mentioned that everybody's vulnerable to these types of scams, these types of fake virus alerts, right? And that includes Apple users. So here's a couple examples of what those fake pop-ups might look like. Here's one. Again, you could tell if you're a little pure savvy, you could tell it's actually a pop-up from their web browser, not their antivirus. But this one has the Safari logo, right? Big scary letters, virus found, your Mac computer has 13 infections. Please call tech support as soon as possible. Right? It has all the scary data at risk listed, your credit card details, your email password, Facebook, private photos, your webcam. All right, but if you call that number, you'll be connected to a scammer. Another example of a fake virus alert that targets Apple users. Warning, macOS infected with viruses and other malicious applications. Please call Apple support. Right, it looks legit. They got the Apple logo there. But this is a scam. If you call that number, you're connected to a scammer. Got one more example for you here. These fake virus alerts. That's another one that impersonates Apple, right? They got the Apple logo. macOS is infected with spyware and other malicious applications. Call Apple Helpline. And that's how you know this is a fake virus alert. Is it has a phone number to call. That's a big giveaway. If you call that number, you're actually be connected to a scammer. So that's how a tech support scam works. Let me know in the chat that you're watching. Say hi. I see John just joined. What's up, John? Welcome to the live stream. We're only doing the vertical one today, seeing if that helps out at all. The lag's been really good so far. So you get some more viewers in here. Hit that like button. Just finished talking about tech support scams. A lot of times that scammer, they try to get onto your computer. You should only let trusted people on your computer too. If you ever get a virus alert that you're actually concerned about, don't call a number if it has a number. Reach out to your computer person. As a family member, local computer shop. Everybody should have their own computer go-to person for support. You shouldn't be working with strangers online or calling numbers that pop up. If you're just joining us, welcome to the live stream. We do this every week. I'm Jared with ScamAware 101. Our goal here is to spread awareness of scams. So hit that thumbs up, give us a like, say hi in the chat, help us spread awareness. The more subscribers we get, the more likes we get, the more our content gets out there. We have a bunch of scam awareness videos on our YouTube channel, so definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. A lot of the scams we're going over this evening, we have some videos about them too. So you can always go check out the videos later and share them with a loved one. Don't forget to join our free mailing list on scamaware101.com. We'll send you some useful scam awareness tips, send you reminders about when we're going to be live streaming. We put new videos up. Also follow us on our favorite social media platforms: Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, and X. And if you're on Facebook, we need the followers. We're trying to get this live stream on Facebook too. So if you're on Facebook, give us a follow. Facebook.com/scamaware101. Again, our goal is just to spread awareness of scams so you can protect yourself and protect your loved ones from becoming a victim. We're going to be going for a couple more hours tonight. We're jam-packed with information on this live stream. So hit that thumbs up, and we're going to go into our next scam here. The next we're going to talk about is road toll scams. These unpaid fake road toll scams. Let me know in the chat if you've gotten any of these text messages recently. This is probably the most common scam circulating right now, is these unpaid road toll scams. And what it is basically scammers impersonate road toll services like EasyPass, SunPass, and Fast Track, and they claim that an unpaid toll is due. Victims are usually contacted by text message or email, and it contains a link to pay. But the link opens a fake website designed to steal personal financial information. There never was an unpaid toll due. Now, this is important to keep in mind too, especially around the holidays. We got the 4th of July coming up in a few weeks, right? So people might be traveling to go visit family. A couple weeks ago we had Memorial Day weekend, so people are traveling. So they get a text message that makes it sound like they missed a toll, right? They might believe it. But any information they entered into these fake websites, though, will get stolen. And look, these road toll scams, they've been around for about a year now. And we first reported about this about a year ago. We made a video about it. But now, back then, they were only impersonating a few different agencies. But now it's all over the country. Everybody's getting these text messages. They're impersonating all these different agencies, whether it's SunPass, Quick Pass, Peach Pass, Good to Go, Easy Pass, Drive Easy Maryland, Fast Track. We know they're impersonating Massachusetts Drive Easy and North Texas Tollway, and the list goes on. They're impersonating the DMV now, right? They'll get these text messages that claim to be from the DMV saying that you missed a toll and you need to pay it. But it's fake. It's fake. And here's a few examples of what these text messages might look like. All right. Please pay your toll in Florida by January 22nd in order to avoid excessive late fees and potential legal action. All right. So scary stuff. Somebody gets a text message like this. It'd be scary. And it's got the link, but that link will take you to a fake website. And that website is going to steal whatever payment information you enter. Also, notice this text message. At the bottom, it has this instruction. Please reply yes, then exit, then reopen a text message. Right? That's a red flag. Scammers like to put that instruction at the end of their text messages because, one, they want to get a reply. Then they know that you actually read it and interact. Right? But it also activates the link. So scammers include this instruction a lot of times on their text message, and you'll be seeing it in a lot of the other examples we share this evening. All right. But again, this is an example of an unpaid road toll text message. But you click that link, they're going to steal whatever information you provide. And there's so many different versions of this text message going around. Every week, somebody's providing a new example to me. All right, so that one was impersonating SunPass. Look at this one. This one is Easy Drive, Massachusetts. And you can see it comes from a phone number outside of the U.S. I think it's the Philippines is +63. But this one says, Easy Drive, Massachusetts reminder. Your bill for $6.99 is due soon. Please visit. And it's got the link to the fake website. It's going to steal your information. But also see it has that instruction at the bottom too. Please reply yes and reopen. So that's the red flag too. We've seen versions of this where it's a text message that has an attachment. Right? So here's one. It has a PDF attached. Which, by the way, you should never open attachments. Unsolicited text messages or emails. Never open attachments from people they weren't expecting. But if you had opened this attachment, this is what it would have looked like. Toll violation notice. And if you click pay now, it's going to take you to the fake website. I can show you a couple more examples. The toll roads notice of toll evasion. You have an unpaid toll bill on your account. To avoid late fees, pay within 12 hours. Our late fees will be increased and reported to the DMV. And it's got that link to the fake website. All right, so if you get text messages like these, report them as junk, delete them. If you're concerned that you actually missed a toll, check the app, right? Like if you're getting something that says for Easy Pass, check the Easy Pass app, right? Don't click these links. Don't trust any links that are in these text messages. Don't trust links. Don't trust phone numbers. It's a scam. Go directly to the website, and you can check that way. But don't go to this website. Don't click on this link. You have to go find a legit website if you're really concerned and want to check. But again, be aware. This scam is so common right now. I wouldn't trust any text message claiming they have a toll due. There's another example. Final warning: unpaid toll failure. Failure to pay $3.99 toll may result in further penalties. Deadline, March 12th, 2025. By the way, on this live stream, all the examples we're sharing are from this year, pretty much within the past year. So these are all recent active scams. They're all circulating. And you see this one came from another phone number outside of the U.S. And it varies. Sometimes they come from outside the U.S. Sometimes they come from inside the U.S. There's probably multiple organizations behind this scam. But it's working. They're making money off it. There's been lots of warnings from different departments of transportation. If you did click on a link, it might take you to a fake website that looks like this. For example, Washington State's good to go. Right, we've had the text message saying, we're told it's a fake text message, it's a scam. We click the link, it takes you to this website. And this website, it looks legit, right? But it's not. It's a fake website. But these scammers, they'll make the website look legit. They'll have the official logo, they'll have the colors. Right? And then you click payment, and it takes you right to this other fake page that steals your credit card details. This is how these unpaid road toll scams work. And they're getting more threatening. They're starting to threaten like license suspension and all sorts of other crazy things for not paying this toll. But don't fall for it. That's how these scammers work. They want to scare you into not thinking straight, and they want you to click that link, and they want you to enter your payment details so they can steal it. So again, be aware of these road toll scams, especially when it's a holiday weekend. They tend to pick up during the holidays because there's a lot of holiday travel that goes on. Make sure your loved ones are aware of this. And look, they're sending out so many of these text messages that it's going to seem almost too realistic to be fake, right? Like a friend of mine got one of these text messages, and he went to Massachusetts, and coincidentally, he got one of these text messages a few days later that was impersonating Massachusetts. That's not because he was in Massachusetts. It was just a coincidence, because they're sending out so many of these text messages. They know that some of these people are going to would have been in Massachusetts, or some of these people would have been in Florida, So it's a numbers game. And that's why so many people are getting these text messages. At the same time, I know so many people that get these text messages are like, why would I get a text message saying that I go to Florida until I wasn't in Florida? Right? Because of the numbers thing. Because they know some people that receive that text were. And then it seems even more realistic to them. They're more likely to go pay it. It's like, well, I was in Florida. This must be real. But it's not. It's fake. I'll be aware of these road toll scams. Extremely common right now. Everybody's getting these. And these scammers used AI for this. They used AI to generate all these different versions of the text message. Let me know in the chat if you've gotten these text messages. If you just joined, hit that like button, say hi in the chat. Let me know you're watching. If you're just joining, we do this live stream every week. Every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern. I'm Jared with Scamware 101. Our goal is to spread awareness of common scams. So we do this live stream every Thursday. Do it for a few hours. Go over 20 different types of scams, at least. And we show you a ton of examples from text messages, emails. We play you some phone call scams. It's super important to be aware of these scams, because everybody's being targeted. Don't think that they won't come after you, because they will. They have your info. Even if it's random, eventually they're going to get your phone number and they're going to come after you too. So it's important to be aware of these scams. And that's really the only guarantee that you won't get scammed, is being aware of it and not losing the money in the first place, John just reported he just got a debt forgiveness scam call. Yep. Lots of those going around. Tax season just kind of wrapped up, but those scams are going to be around for a while. We're going to play some examples of those phone calls later on in the live stream. John, the call that you got, was it a tax-related one? Was it like, you have back taxes? Because that's extremely common right now, these robocalls. I'm going to play for you later. But a robocall comes in and says, you have back taxes owed. All right, the next scam we're going to talk about. Wrong number scams. We did a video about this scam, and it's actually our most popular video. We just hit 99,000 views, finally. So close to 100,000 views on that video, the wrong number scam video we did. But basically, if you ever wondered why you get so many wrong number text messages, this is why, because it's a scam. Scammers reach new victims by sending text messages to random phone numbers. When someone replies wrong number, The scammer attempts to continue the conversation and build a trust with the victim. As trust is gained, this type of scam usually evolves into a romance or a pig butchering scam that ultimately steals money from the victim. All right, so these wrong number scams, you wouldn't think that they're so successful, but they are. They are. They reach people, they convince them to keep the conversation going, they build up a trust, and then eventually they scam the person. And we did a video about this. We got tons of comments on the video. We know it's happening, extremely common. A lot of these pig butchering scams, where eventually they'll say, hey, we have a investment for you, or crypto exchange you could join. A lot of them start with these wrong number scams, because a wrong number scam is a way to reach a new victim, and then it evolves into a different scam. And what we're going to focus on here is just kind of examples of how these wrong number scams might look. This way you can recognize them and not get pulled in. So let's take a look at what some of these examples might look like. Right? So a wrong number scam, it could start in so many different ways. It could start with any random text message, right? You could start with something that says, excuse me, is this Emma? Or, hey, Anna, I'm Josie. Or just a completely random text message that says, hi. Right? Because the whole point is the scammer wants you to reply back and say, who is this? Or you have a wrong number. So it can literally start with any random text message that says anything. Right? In this example, it started with, I'm Margaret. Are you Lillian? The person replies back, I'm Izzy. Scammer replies back, I'm really sorry. I think I made a mistake between your number and Lillian's number. I hope I didn't disturb your good day. Right? The person replies back, that's okay. At this point, the conversation should end because it's a wrong number. It's established that's a wrong number. There's no reason to be texting back and forth anymore. But since this is a scam, the scammer's going to keep on talking. They're going to reply back, and they're going to start asking information about you. In this case, they replied back and said, thank you for your understanding and patience. You're a kind person. I hope you have a good day today. I'm 36 years old. Would you mind telling me your age? Right? And that's one of the things that they're going to ask you about. They're going to ask about your age. They're going to ask your name. They're going to ask your location. Right? And one of the big red flags is the fact that they're trying to keep this conversation going. It's already been established it's a wrong number. There's no reason to continue talking. There's another example. This wrong number scam, it just started off with, have a cup of coffee together sometime. Right? And the person replies back, who is this? And that's exactly what the scammer wants. He wants the person to reply back and interact with them. And the scammer gives some story. I'm sorry, I thought this was Laura's number. I think I dialed the wrong number or area code. I hope I'm not bothering you. Right? And the person replies back, no, you're good. Have a great day. At that point, the conversation should end. But, again, because it's a wrong number scam, thank you for your kindness to my situation. I just realized I entered the wrong area code. Where are you from? Right? Because that's one of the things you're going to try to figure out about you. They're going to ask your age. They're going to ask your name. They're going to ask where you're from. And they're going to determine the best scam to try on you. Let's take a look at another wrong number scam text message. Let me know in the chat if you've gotten these text messages before. All right, so this one starts out with just a random hi. Right? I reply back, hi, who is this? Person replies back, I'm Karina. Are you David? We met last week at Linda's party. They'll always give you some made-up reason that they have your number. Right? You reply back, hi, sorry, you have the wrong number. Right? At that point, you should stop. It's the wrong number. It's been established. No reason to keep talking. But because it's a wrong number scam, the scammer's going to keep on replying back. Oh my gosh, I checked and found out I entered the wrong area code. I hope this doesn't bother you. Right? We reply back, that's okay, no problem. Again, conversation should end. Nope, scammer keeps going. Thank you very much. You're a very friendly and polite person. I hope we could be friends. Nice to meet you. My name is Karina. What can I call you? All right. We reply back, Pat, because it could be a girl or a guy if you're to mess with them a little bit. All right. And then they reply back, you have a beautiful name. I'm from Malaysia. Currently live in Los Angeles. Where do you live? At that point, we cut off the conversation. But you can see that they're going to ask you where you live. They're going to ask your name. They're going to ask your age. And then they'll determine a scam to proceed with. The best thing you could do is not even reply. Someone sends you a message that you don't know. Don't even reply back and tell them it's the wrong number. They'll figure it out. So one more example. Wrong number scam. This one they attach a picture. They'll do this too. They'll send a random text message. They'll include a picture with it. This one was sent to me actually. It's, hi Byron, I'm Jane. And there's a picture of a woman. That came at 1:58 p.m. I didn't reply. I knew it was a scam, obviously. But 4 hours later on the dot, there's a follow-up message that was sent. Have you gotten the pictures I sent? Right. This is a good example because it kind of shows how this is a bot. Right. A lot of these text messages that are being sent, you need to realize that scammers have technology to just blast out hundreds and thousands of text messages a day. Right. It's all automated. And in this case, this one was probably programmed that if there's no reply in 4 hours, 4 hours on the dot, send a follow-up message. And that's what it did. And the scam works. Somebody gets a text message. It might be some single guy gets it, thinks it's his lucky day. He starts replying, and next thing you know, he's in a romance scam or a crypto pig butchering scam. So don't fall for it. And in the video about these wrong numbers, we included this example in the video we have on our YouTube channel. And there were a lot of comments from people. They received the exact same text message, exact same image, right? Same picture that was sent. So, be aware of the scam. It's happening. And they used the whole wrong number narrative as an excuse for contacting you. But then it evolves quickly into a different type of scam where they try to get money from you. So that's a wrong number scam. Let me know in the chat if you've encountered those. If you're just joining us, hit that thumbs up, give us a like, let us know you're watching. So those were the first 5 scams that we talked about today so far. We got about another 15 more scams to go. We got a lot of good stuff coming up on this live stream. Again, if you just joined us, we do this live stream every week, every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. My name's Jared with ScamAware 101. You can join our free mailing list, scamaware101.com, and click Join Mailing List. We'll send you some scam awareness tips, some reminders about when we're going live. We'll let you know when we post new videos. It's free to join. It's on scamaware101.com. You can also follow us on your favorite social media platforms. Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. Need more followers on Facebook, so help us out and follow us on Facebook. We're ScamAware 101 on all the social media pages, but if you can't find us, you could go to our website, and we link to all of them, scamaware101.com. We have links to each of our social media profiles here. Of course, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And our goal here is to spread awareness, so you could help us spread awareness by hitting that like button, hitting subscribe, following us on social media, or even engaging in the chat and talking helps spread awareness. So, well, you could also donate too. Go to scamaware101.com/donate. Or you can scan the QR code on your screen. Or you can hit that thanks button on YouTube. Send us a super thanks too. But you got one today from Dave Cruz. We always appreciate it. Dave, thank you so much again for that $10 thanks earlier. Very cool. Next up, we're going to go over some common red flags. You're dealing with a scammer. Just give me 1 minute here. All right. Next up, we got common red flags. We're dealing with a scammer. These are super important to be aware of. Something we commonly hear from victims when we hear their stories. And you know, I always appreciate when victims come forward and share what happened. Because, you know, a lot of them are embarrassed and they don't want people to know that they got scammed. But when they come forward and share stories, it's a warning to others. It warns others what to watch out for and be aware of. And when you hear their stories, there's always these common threads. There's always these red flags that seem to pop up, where if they had just been aware of these red flags, it would have been enough to at least stop and reanalyze the situation, and it would have avoided the whole headache of becoming a victim and getting their money stolen, right? So we have these 5 red flags to watch out for, and we did a video about this too. So you could always go back, share that video later, or check it out later. The slides that we're going to show you right now are all in that video too. But we're going to go over 5 red flags, or 5 common red flags that indicate you're talking to a scammer, right? And if you come across any of these red flags, it's a warning that you need to stop, reanalyze the situation, and talk to somebody, because you're probably dealing with a scammer. All right, so let's start with red flag number 1. They direct you to a third-party chat app, like Telegram or WhatsApp, to continue the conversation. Look, scammers love third-party chat apps because it's easier for them to communicate with victims in other countries. All right, it also offers more anonymity to the scammer for them to hide behind. So a lot of times, the scammer will initiate the conversation through a traditional method, whether it's a text message or a phone call, email. Right? But once they get the conversation going, they'll direct the victim to continue talking on WhatsApp. And some scams where that's part of the playbook is you have romance scams. These scammers create these fake dating profiles to lure in new victims. And then once they lure in these victims, they'll direct them to continue talking on WhatsApp. All right? So that's a red flag. If some stranger's telling you to talk on WhatsApp, it could be a scammer. Wrong number scams, right? We just talked about wrong number scams. It's when they, starts with a text message. They're probing for new victims, right? And then when somebody replies and they start having that conversation, the scammer's going to direct them to keep talking on WhatsApp, right? And that's a red flag too. So if you're getting text message from people claiming they got the wrong number and they're trying to get you to talk on WhatsApp, it's a scammer. That's a big red flag. Don't do it. Investment scams. A lot of times they'll direct the victim to a Telegram or WhatsApp group to pump up an investment or appear more legit. Right? But the victim doesn't realize there could be bots in that chat. There could be other scammers that are just making it look like there's interest in this investment. Right? So that's a red flag if somebody's offering you an amazing investment, and telling you to go talk on WhatsApp or Telegram. So that's red flag number 1. They direct you to talk on a third-party chat app like WhatsApp or Telegram. Red flag number 2, they're dealing with a scammer. They request payment in gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency, or depositing cash at a Bitcoin ATM. All major red flags, right? Scammers love receiving unusual forms of payment like that because it's easier for them to move and transfer funds quickly, and it's also harder for victims to recover the money after it's sent. And that's key to remember. When you withdraw your money and you purchase gift cards, or you send cryptocurrency to a scammer, you're not going to get that back. The bank's not going to refund you. You're not going to be able to get the cryptocurrency back. Once the gift cards are sent, pictures of them, the scammers clear out the funds. So scammers love receiving unusual forms of payment like that. And some scams, most scams is part of the playbook, but some examples are IRS and Social Security scams. Right? Scammers impersonate government agencies, and they'll ask for payment in gift cards or cryptocurrency. If someone's claiming to be from a government agency and they're asking for payment with gift cards or cryptocurrency, it's a scam. Government agencies do not accept those forms of payment. Maybe in the future we got cryptocurrency coming up, but right now they don't. So if anybody's claiming they're with a government agency, IRS, Social Security, and that they're trying to get you to pay with gift cards or crypto, it's a scam. 100% it's a scam. Romance scams. Scammers, they'll often request gift cards and cryptocurrency from their emotionally attached victims. The victim thinks they're just sending a gift card to someone they're in a relationship. A lot of times they'll think they're depositing cryptocurrency into an account that they're going to share together, right? But really, the scammer's just having them send them money in forms of payment that can't really be retrieved again, right? That's what that's all about. So we see it all the time with romance scams. They ask for gift cards. They ask for cryptocurrency. Bank impersonation scams. We talked about this scam earlier, right? They trick the victim into withdrawing cash from the bank, and they'll tell them to purchase gift cards or to go use a Bitcoin ATM. Right? And those are all red flags. The bank's never going to ask you to do that. They're never going to tell you to withdraw your money and purchase gift cards or purchase cryptocurrency. So it's a big red flag if somebody's calling you up, asking you to do that. If you even hear a Bitcoin ATM mentioned, like, it's a scam. There's a big chance it's a scam. And make sure your older loved ones are aware of that too, because older folks, they're the ones falling for a lot of these Bitcoin ATM scams. They don't realize exactly what it is, and the scammer instructs them, oh, look, you just go insert money into this machine, it's all good. But it's a red flag. If you're just joining us, welcome to the live stream. Hit that thumbs up, give us a like, hit subscribe. Our goal here is to spread awareness of common scams, so you recognize them and protect yourself, protect your loved ones from becoming a victim. Do this live stream every week, so make sure to subscribe. And you can also join our free mailing list on scamaware101.com. We'll send you some useful scam awareness tips, remind you when we're going live, all good stuff on scamaware101.com. Right now, we're just going over some common red flags to identify a scammer. If you come across these red flags, you need to stop, rethink the situation. You're probably talking to a scammer. All right, so red flag number 3, they ask you to provide a code that was sent to your phone via text message. So this scam is actually quite common on marketplace type websites. It's like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. And how it works is these scammers, they'll tell you, they'll impersonate a buyer or a seller, right? And they'll tell you, I just want to send a code to your phone to verify your number, right? Or to verify your identity. But it's a scam. What they are actually doing is they could be trying to open an account attached to your phone number. They could be trying to log into an account that's attached to your phone number. They could be trying to reset your passwords to gain access, right? So if you give this scammer that code that's sent to your phone, you let them do whatever they're trying to do. So you never want to give a code that's sent to your phone by an individual. You never want to turn around and give it back to them because something shady is going on. And we're going to dive into just go into more detail about what could be going on here, right? So let's say this guy's trying to log into one of your accounts, and you're getting a text message on your phone, as a security layer, to make sure it's actually you, right? But if you turn around, you give that code to the scammer, you just let them into your account, right? They'd be trying to reset your passwords and then access your account, right? So they'll do that, and the code gets sent to your phone again as a security feature, right? You give that code to the scammer, you're letting them reset your password and gain access to your accounts. And then there's a Google Voice scam. And this is actually extremely common, right? What it is scammers just love to create Google Voice accounts that are linked to other people's phone numbers, right? It's a fraudulent Google Voice account. And then they use it to spread their scams even more, to call people. And what happens is they create these Google Voice accounts, a code gets sent to your phone. If you give the scammer that code, you're allowing them to create this account, attached to your phone. And then they're going to go do all sorts of crime using that fraudulent account that's linked to your phone, right? So you should never give a code that's sent to your phone by an individual. If he's asking for it, there's something shady going on. All right, so that's red flag number 3. You're dealing with a scammer. If they're telling you they're going to send a code to your phone and to give it back to them, don't trust it. Something shady's going on. It's red flag number 3. Talk about red flag number 4. That you're dealing with a scammer. This is a big one. They ask to connect to your PC to assist or investigate an issue. And we talked about this a little bit earlier when we were going over tech support scams, right? Where that's when the fake virus alerts pop up. They trick you into calling this fake tech support number, and then a scammer tries to access your PC. And that's a big red flag when someone asks to access your PC. Scammers love to get onto a victim's PC. It's a gold mine to these scammers, right? They could steal a victim's logins and passwords once they're on the PC. If you have your passwords and logins saved in your browser, a lot of times these scammers could just extract them. They could get them once they're on your PC. They could steal or encrypt your files, hold them for ransom, right? Your documents, your pictures. And once they're on your PC, they could try to access your online banking websites. A lot of times, they'll ask you to log into those websites while they're on your PC. Realize that as you log into each website, you're getting your money stolen. So it's a big red flag if someone wants to connect to your PC. And some scams where that's part of the playbook, right? Those fake virus alert, those tech support scams that we talked about earlier. And that's when the scammer impersonates tech support, assisting with a virus, and they'll ask to access your PC. All right. But if you give them access, they're going to try to steal everything you got. They'll probably install something. They get back on later without you letting them on. Right? You never want to let these criminals on your your computer or your device. Fake order scams. We're going to talk about that one in a little bit, but that's when the scammer impersonates customer support. They'll offer to assist with an order, and they'll ask to access your PC. But you can't let them on. If you let them on your PC, it's bad news. And there's a fake fraudulent activity. The scammer reaches out to you. They impersonate an agency or the bank investigating fraud, and they'll ask to connect to your PC, and they'll say, hey, let's check your other bank accounts for suspicious activity. You won't realize that you're opening your bank accounts up while the scammer's on your PC, and they're logging your information, stealing your money. So a rule of thumb, you should only let specific people onto your computer. And what I mean by that is you should only let your trusted tech support person, whether it's the local computer shop, the family member, tech support at your work, only let trusted people on your computer if they're going to help you with an issue. Don't let strangers or onto the computer. Don't call phone numbers that pop up saying it's tech support. Right? You should only let specific people onto your computer. People you know, people you trust. So that's red flag number 4. They ask to connect your PC to assist or troubleshoot an issue. Red flag number 5. They request that you keep the matter confidential or secret. It's extremely common for scammers to ask for confidentiality. They don't want you to discuss the situation with other people, because the more people you talk to, the more likely you'll be told it's a scam. Right? So scammers, they don't want you to talk to anybody. They'll make up excuses and reasons of why you shouldn't tell anybody. All right, some examples where they'll do this are grandparent scams. And we're going to talk about those in a little bit too. But grandparent scams is when they impersonate a relative. They say that they've been arrested and they need money, but they'll claim the relative is embarrassed. And that's the request for secrecy. Your relative's embarrassed, they ask you not to tell anybody. But that's part of the scam. That's the way of the scammer trying to get the victim to stay quiet. Investment scams. They'll claim it's an inside tip and not to tell anybody, or a price is just for you and not to share it with anybody. But that's all part of the scam. What they're really doing is they just want you to not to talk to anybody. They don't want anybody to tip you off that it's a scam. And then there's inheritance scams. A lot of times these letters, they'll impersonate law offices regarding a fake inheritance. We have an example we're going to show you later on in the live stream here. But the letter will often request confidentiality. Right? And that's the big red flag. And then there's a fake fraudulent activity. Again, where they impersonate an agency or your bank investigating fraud. What they'll do is they'll say that since it's an open investigation, you can't tell anybody. You might ruin the investigation. Right? So, and they'll even maybe threaten them with interfering with an investigation if they tell anybody. But that's all part of scam. That's just their way of trying to get you to keep it secret, confidential. All right, so that's red flag number 5 that you're dealing with a scammer. They're asking you to keep a matter confidential or secret. Let me know in the chat if you've encountered those red flags. If you're just joining, hit that thumbs up, give us a like. Help us spread awareness about these scams. Again, if you're just joining, I'm Jared with Scamware 101. We just live stream every week just to spread awareness of scams so you can protect yourself, protect your loved ones from becoming a victim. Scam awareness is key to recognizing these scams and not losing your money to these scammers, because they want everything. These scammers want your life savings. They want it all. So if you're just joining us, we just got done going over 5 red flags that you're dealing with a scammer. And just to summarize it real quick for you in case you missed it. Red flag number 1 was they direct you to a third-party chat app like Telegram or WhatsApp to continue the conversation. All right? It's easier for scammers to communicate and build up trust with their victims through a third-party chat app. So, big red flag if strangers trying to direct you to Telegram, WhatsApp to talk. Red flag number 2 was they request payment in gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency, or depositing cash at a Bitcoin ATM. All major red flags. If somebody's calling you up trying to get you to purchase gift cards or to deposit money into a Bitcoin ATM, it's a scam. Be suspicious. Don't fall for it. Big red flags when you hear those forms of payment mentioned. Red flag number 3, they ask you to provide a code that was sent to your phone, to your cell phone. It's a very common scam. What they're really doing, they're trying to create an account or reset your password, and they're trying to trick you into giving them the code. But don't fall for it. You should never send an individual code that is sent to your phone. Red flag number 4, they ask you to connect to your PC to assist or investigate an issue. Always a big red flag. We're seeing it a lot more with scams these days. You know, a scammer tries to get onto your PC. Then he can steal anything you got on there, whether it's financial information or personal documents, images, right? They'll ask you to log into your bank accounts. They can do a whole bunch of terrible things to you once they're on your PC. So you don't want to let these scammers access your PC. And we see that a lot with tech support scams, customer service scams. And only let trusted people onto your PC to help. And red flag number 5, they request that you keep the matter confidential or secret. Again, scammers don't want you talking to anybody. They want you to keep it quiet until they steal your money. And the more people you talk to, the more likely you'll be told it's a scam. And scammers don't want that. So they'll request confidentiality. They'll request secrecy. They'll have reasons for you not to tell anybody. But don't fall for it. That's a red flag that you're dealing with a scammer. That's it. Let me know in the chat if you've ever encountered those red flags. And look, again, we hear these victim stories, and there's so many times where if they had just been aware of one of those red flags, they could have prevented everything. So those red flags are important. If you just joined us, hit that thumbs up button, give us a like. Let us know in the chat that you're watching. You join our free mailing list, scamaware101.com. We'll send you some useful scam awareness tips, reminders when we're going live, let you know when we posted some new videos. All good stuff. Won't abuse the privilege, I promise. So join the free mailing list. Unsubscribe at any time. All right, so we're about 1 hour into the live stream. So first hour, we covered 5 or 6 different types of scams. We went over 5 red flags to help you identify a scammer. Got a lot more good stuff coming up. Coming up next, we got fake order scams coming up next. Grandparent scams, undeliverable package scams, fake retail website scams, gift card scams. A lot more coming up on this live stream. Got at least 2 more hours to go. Jam-packed with information. It's like drinking out of a fire hose. So. But, as most of you know, after first hour, we take a quick 5-minute break, get the coffee cup refilled, and then we go into the next hour. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, get the coffee cup filled. We'll be back momentarily. Lots of good stuff coming up. Some of my favorite scams to cover are coming up next. About 5-10 minutes. So hang tight. If you haven't clicked that like button yet, give us a thumbs up. Say hi in the chat. Let us know you're watching. Again, our goal is to spread awareness of common scams. So we do this live stream every week. So stick around. Take a quick 5-minute break. Refill this coffee cup. The Scamaware 101 travel mug. It's available on our YouTube channel store too. All right, we'll be back momentarily. right, everybody, we're going to keep on going in a couple minutes here. Lots of good stuff coming up. All right, welcome back to the second portion of our live stream tonight. Just entering our second hour here. Just wrapped up our first hour. Went over some useful scams to be aware of, some red flags to be aware of. All important things to be aware of to protect yourself from scams, from becoming a victim. Protect yourself and protect your loved ones. And that's our goal here at Scamware 101. That's why we do this live stream every week. We go over 20 different types of scams. We show you examples of these scams, phone calls, emails, text messages, because scammers are attacking us from all angles, and it's important to be aware of what they're throwing at us. This next batch of scams we're about to go over are very important to be aware of. They're extremely active. And as we go through those, let me know in the chat if you've encountered these, if you've seen these scams. But before we jump into those scams, real quick, if you're just joining us, welcome to the live stream. We do this every week. You join our free mailing list on scamaware101.com. You can follow us on your favorite social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, and Blue Sky. It'll help us spread awareness by clicking the like button, clicking subscribe, following. So the next scam we're going to talk about, fake order scams, or otherwise known as fake purchase scams. And basically how this works is victims receive a fake notification that an order was made under their account. When the victim calls to dispute the fake order, a scammer impersonates customer support and attempts to steal their personal and financial information. And the thing about these fake order scams is they're extremely common right now. And they're attacking us in all different ways. We're getting these fake order notifications through email. We're getting these fake order notifications through text message. We're getting these fake order notifications over the phone. Right? And we have examples of all of those to share with you right now. But the thing to be aware of when it comes to these fake order scams is to realize that the fake order notification, it could be for anything. They can literally use any product. They can insert any product they want there. They could be from any retailer, right? It's all fake. And the idea is they want you to press 1 or to call up and dispute the order. That's how the scam works. They want to trick you into reaching out to a fake customer support number. So in this first example, I'm going to show you a text message example of this scam. And you can see the text message here. It impersonates Apple. And a lot of people reported this same exact text message to me. It's circulating. It's an extremely common one. Let me know in the chat if you received this text message. But this scam impersonates Apple. And it says your Apple iCloud ID was recently used at Apple Store for $143 paid by Apple Pay pre-authorization. All right, and then it goes on to say, call this number immediately to cancel the charge. Right. So the idea is it wants to trick the victim into thinking, hey, an order has been placed. I better call this number. But there was no order. It's a fake order. It's a fake notification. There was no order. And it's designed to trick you into calling a scammer. And this text message, again, the one that I'm showing you right now, this is an extremely common one. It impersonates Apple. But the way these scams work, it could impersonate anybody. It could impersonate anybody. It could say any type of charge, any type of purchase was placed. The idea is the victim is tricked into calling the number and talking to a scammer. So that's the text message version. But there's also phone call versions. I'm going to play for you right now. And these phone call versions, again, you'll see that they impersonate. One impersonates Walmart. One impersonates Amazon. One says a MacBook Pro was purchased. One says a PlayStation was purchased. Right? And these calls, what they do is they ask you to press 1 to dispute the charge. And if you press 1, you'll be connected to a scammer. Right? So that's how these fake order phone calls work. The idea of the text messages, the phone calls, any emails, the idea is they want to trick you into disputing a fake order. That's its goal. It wants the victim to think an order has been placed that they have to dispute. So let's take a listen to this first phone call example of a fake order scam. Again, this is the one that impersonates Amazon, and it says a MacBook Pro was purchased under your account.
This call is to authorize the payment of $1,499 for the recent order of Apple MacBook Pro on your Amazon account. If you do not authorize this payment, please press 1 to speak to our customer support representative.
Right? So that's a fake phone call that comes in. It claims that a MacBook Pro was purchased under your Amazon account, and it says press 1 to speak to a customer rep. Right? But if you press 1, you actually be connected to a scammer. And that's how a scam works. They're trying to trick the victim into pressing 1 by making them think an order was placed. But there was no order placed. Let's listen to the second example of a fake order scam phone call. This one impersonates Walmart, and it claims that a PlayStation was purchased.
We are trying to contact you concerning an unverified purchase of PlayStation 5 Special Edition bundled with Pulse 3D headset being ordered from your Walmart account for an amount of $859.50. If you did not authorize this transaction or wish to cancel, please press 1 or return our call on same number at your earliest convenience.
So that's another example of a fake order notification, fake order scam. That one claims that it was Walmart and a PlayStation was purchased. And it tells you to call a number on screen, which, by the way, that's also a red flag. If you ever get these voicemails that say call the number on the screen, that's a scam. That they can't even leave a real phone number behind. But anyway, those were two recordings, two examples of the fake order scam phone calls. And again, the idea is they're trying to trick the victim into pressing 1 to dispute the fake order. When they press 1, they get connected to a scammer. They think they're dealing with customer support, but they can get connected to a scammer instead. So we showed you the text message version of this. We played 2 phone call recordings of these fake order scams. But what about the email version? Well, in this case, we have a story from a victim. This article's from July and August 2024, so it's less than a year old, almost a year old, but that's still recent, right? A 23-year-old Lincoln woman reported losing $4,100 after falling victim to an identity fraud scam in July. The scam began on July 17th with an email claiming she had purchased an iPhone, right? So there's the fake order notification that she gets an email saying an iPhone was purchased. The woman called the number provided in the email to dispute the purchase. So she calls the number thinking she's calling to dispute the purchase, but she's actually connected to a scammer, right? Because that's how a fake order notification works. It connects you to a scammer. Then she was told that she had multiple open accounts in her name across various states. She was informed someone was using her identity. All right, so that's the narrative the scammers go with when you get connected to them. We see that a lot across different scams. Whether it's a bank impersonation, and they end up telling the victim somebody has access to your account, your identity's been stolen. And that's how they trick them to transfer the money. So the fake order notification is just a way to connect with a new victim. Then it evolves into another scam to take the money. And there's also fascinating details about this scam, because she's scared. The victim shared her experience here. According to police, scammers then connected the woman to a person posing as a CIA agent who instructed her to withdraw $3,600 from her bank account. The next day, she was directed to use the money to purchase Walmart gift cards and send photos and receipts. Additionally, the woman sent another $500 cash card to scammers. Right? And there's the red flags we just talked about, those gift card. Ask you to purchase gift cards. Right? There's that red flag to be aware of. But again, these fake order notifications are tricky because they can impersonate any retailer. They can impersonate any product. It doesn't matter. The whole idea is for you to get you to dispute it anyway. So they can say anything. You can call up and dispute it. So what you do if you get one of these order notifications, right? You can't trust the phone number. You can't trust the email if it's an email, right? So what you do is, don't click any links. Don't call any phone numbers, right? Just go directly to the supposed retailer. Like the one that person at Amazon, you would go directly to Amazon and check your account there. The one that person at Apple, go to your Apple account and check there directly. Again, don't click links. Don't call phone numbers. I can't stress that enough. Because links, phone numbers, they could all be manipulated by scammers. But again, so that's a fake order scam. Extremely common, and you need to be aware of them because, again, as you saw, they're attacking us through text message, through email, through phone calls, right? So we're being targeted in all directions from these fake order scams. So be aware of them, and like all the other scams we see, always hang up, and verify. Go directly to the website yourself and check if you're concerned, if you think it's even real. But in the example I just played for you, there were red flags in the voicemail. There were red flags in the voicemail that recognizes this scam. The one that said call number on screen, that's a big red flag there. It didn't even leave a real number to call. So again, fake order scams, don't fall for them. Don't go calling the number because that's what they want you to do. They want you to call a number to dispute it, and then you're dealing with a scammer. We did a video about that scam too that we have on our YouTube channel. So definitely subscribe and check out that video. You can share that video with someone that should see it. If you're just joining, hit that thumbs up, give us a like. Say hi in the chat. Let me know you're watching. We're going into our second hour here to live stream, going into some more common scams, extremely important to know about. So you can protect yourself, protect your loved ones from these scammers. Because these scammers want to take your money. They want to take everything you got. So the next scam we're going to talk about is grandparent scams. This is when scammers impersonate a distressed relative, claiming to have been arrested and needing financial help. Victims, usually seniors, act quickly to assist their loved ones. The scammers will often impersonate law enforcement, court personnel, and lawyers to extract even more money from the victim. Right? And this is that scam that everybody should be angry about because they're literally targeting your parents, your grandparents. Like that's why it's named the grandparent scam. It's targeting, the most loved ones in your life, in most cases, and it's using you as bait. Right? So this is basically saying you're in trouble and it's trying to get your parents, your grandparents, or in your case, if you're the parents and the grandparents, it's using your child as bait to trick you. Right? So it's important to be aware of these grandparent scams. And you might be wondering yourself, well, how does a scammer impersonate a loved one? I'd know if it was, if it was really my daughter, if it was a scammer, I would be able to tell. And that's not necessarily true. These scammers, again, they're tricky. They do this all day. And let me show you. We have a video to show you of a scammer doing one of these grandparent scams. And it's fascinating because once you watch this video, you might understand why somebody could fall for this. So this video they're about to show you. So there's a scam baiter. His name is, he goes by Scam Sandwich over on YouTube. And he actually hacked into this scammer's webcam. And the scammer was doing a grandparent scam. Is the type of scam he was doing. And what we're about to watch is this is the opener. He's known as the opener of this scam. And he's the one that he calls up the grandparents, the parents. He impersonates the relative. Then he impersonates a police officer. And he's known as an opener. And then he'll say, stand by for a call. And then other scammers will call and close it. Right. So what we're about ready to watch is him opening the scam. And this is him doing the phone call, impersonating the loved one, impersonating the police. And you'll see how he could get away with impersonating a loved one, right? So let's take a listen and watch.
Hello?
Mom, I had a car accident.
Huh?
I had a car accident, Mom.
Is this Linda?
It's me, Linda.
Where are you?
I got a car accident.
What happened?
I'm gonna put the officer on. I got arrested.
You got arrested?
Hi, ma'am.
Yes.
Hi, are you Linda's mom?
Yes.
What I'm gonna need you to do is grab a pen and paper and write down Linda's case number, ma'am. I need you to hurry up, please, ma'am.
Case number?
It's the number 2.
2?
The letter B as in boy. Can you read that back to me?
2, B.
Now, I'm gonna read what's going on, ma'am, okay?
Okay.
Linda was involved in a car accident. It was stated in the police report. She admitted that was her fault. While she was driving, she was using her phone. That's what caused the accident, ma'am, okay?
Oh, man.
The woman that was driving the other vehicle was 7 months pregnant. We had to rush her into the nearby hospital. She might lose her baby.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, we actually confiscated her cell phone for legal evidence, so she cannot receive or cannot make calls. This is going to be her only last call. Are you with me, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Now, she actually wrote a note down here saying that she didn't want anyone to know about this. Let's honor her wish for right now because it's too much for her right now. That's what she's saying.
Okay.
What I'm going to need you to do, ma'am, is stay by the phone and wait for the lawyer to call, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye, ma'am.
All right, bye.
The next
All right, so that was a video of someone known as an opener, and he was doing a grandparent scam. It looked like there might have been a little bit of lag when that played, but I think we got through it pretty good. Let me know in the chat if it was okay. But again, that was someone, he's known as an opener for a grandparent scam. He was actually located in Dominican Republic, and that's what he was doing. He was calling up these seniors and impersonating a loved one, impersonating police officers, and trying to scam them out of money. And you can see how it could be believable. When he impersonates a loved one, he's sitting there acting like they're crying and upset and making the voice sound all shaky. And then he gets off the phone right away and impersonates a police officer. So something like that, you could see how someone could fall for it. Some interesting details about this scam is just some notes about an article that was August 6th last year. NJ federal court charges 3 additional Dominicans in grandparent scam. And what's interesting about this article, it just gave some details about this grandparent scam. I don't know if this guy was actually one of the people arrested, but he was in the Dominican Republic, this scammer that you just watched. But basically, according to the indictment, the conspirators engaged in a long-running grandparent or family in need of bail scam against hundreds of seniors across the United States, including in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts. As detailed in court filings, members of the conspiracy referred to as openers, and that's what we just watched. We watched an opener. Referred to as openers, called elderly victims in the United States and impersonated the victim's children, grandchildren, or other close relatives. Right? And that's what we just watched them do in this video. Typically, the victim was told that their grandchild had been in a car accident, was arrested in connection with an accident, and needed help. Once openers tricked victims into believing their loved ones were in dire trouble, others working at the call centers, known as closers, allegedly impersonated defense attorneys, police officers, or court personnel, and convinced victims to provide thousands of dollars in cash to help their loved ones. All right, so that's how this grandparent scam works. And there were some little fascinating details, too, in that video. Right, he impersonates the daughter. He's crying, so you can see how someone could possibly believe it. He switches over to a cop real quick, and he has like the police chatter, like the scanners playing in the background. So it sounds like he's in a police station, right? And they requests, to keep it secret because he says, your daughter's embarrassed. She asked you not to tell anybody, so let's respect her wishes. But that's the request for secrecy. That's a red flag. Right, and he says, I confiscated her phone, so don't try calling her. But that's all part of the scam. She's just trying to trick her into not calling her daughter. So, important to be aware of these grandparent scams. Hey, Nigel, welcome to to the live stream. Always good to see you. Yep. A lot of these grandparent scams, they seem to be coming out of the Dominican Republic. But I've heard of other ones, though. They busted up, I think, like a month or two, a couple months ago. They busted up one in Canada, supposedly, too. So, never know. They're all over the place. But traditionally, they do seem to come out of the Dominican Republic, these grandparent scams. All right, if you're just joining us, welcome to the live stream. We do this every week, every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Our mission is to spread awareness about scams so you can protect yourself, protect your loved ones from becoming a victim. I'm Jared with Scamware 101. You can join our free mailing list on scamware101.com. Hit join mailing list. We'll send you reminders when we're going live, send you some scam awareness tips. And it's free to join. So scamware101.com. Hit join mailing list. You can also follow us on your favorite social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. Trying to get our followers up on Facebook, so if you don't follow us yet, take a moment, facebook.com/scamware101. Give us a follow. We're trying to get this live stream over there, but we need a few more subscribers before it lets us. So any more follows we get on Facebook, awesome. Appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't yet. If you're just joining. We're going over some more common scams. About an hour and a half into the live stream here, so about halfway through. Went over some red flags, went over a bunch of common scams earlier, and now we're going over some more common scams. We just went over a fake order scam, went over grandparent scam, now we're going to go over some more. We have an undeliverable package scam next. So these undeliverable package scams, they tend to pick up more during the holidays, but they do go out all year round. Victims receive fake notifications about undeliverable packages and are asked to click a link to resolve. The link opens a fake website impersonating UPS, FedEx, or USPS. Any personal or financial details provided by the victim are stolen by the scammers. There never was a package. All right, and that's known as an undeliverable package scam. And we'll see these a lot by text message, but they also happen by email too. But here's some examples. From USPS, but it's not really, it's from a scammer. Due to invalid address, you have a package that needs to be delivered, but it has been suspended due to incorrect delivery address. If you do not update your address for 24 hours, your package will be returned to sender. To deliver your package, please update your address by clicking the link below. There's lots of grammar and spelling errors in this text message, so that's always a red flag when you see it. But if you click that fake link, it's going to take you to a website that impersonates USPS. And it might look like something like this. And they're going to try to get you, they're going to claim it's a $3 redelivery fee, but they're actually going to steal whatever information you enter there. They're going to do a lot worse than charge you $3. They're going to steal whatever credit card details you enter. Or the fake website could look something like this. And this one's pretty legit looking, right? It's got the logo, the colors down, it's got a fake tracking number. But this is going to steal any shipping information and payment details entered by the victim. There's another example of what these undeliverable package notification might look like. The USPS package has arrived at the warehouse and cannot be delivered due to incomplete address information. Please confirm your address in the link within 12 hours. All right, but if you click that link, you'll be taken to the fake website. Also, notice that instruction at the bottom again, that please reply yes and reopen. Again, that's that red flag too. You know, we see that in a lot of these scam text messages. They try to get you to reply yes and reopen the text. So if you see that, that's a red flag as well. But here's another example. This text message, they made it a group text message and they named it to USPS. I guess they did that to try and make it stand out or seem more important. But since the package does not have a house number, the package transportation is interrupted. Please update. And it's got the link to the fake website. There's another example. In this example, two examples actually, it was a text message with an attachment. This one had an HTML attachment. And this one had a PDF attachment. All right, and the text message says, your package has arrived at the distribution facility, but we are unable to deliver it due to incomplete address information. Please click on the PDF file above to update your address. All right, and again, never open attachments, file attachments from unsolicited communications, whether it's an email or a text message. If it's got an attachment, don't open it. And in this case, if you open this attachment, it would take you to a fake website. But worst case, it could have installed malware or a virus on your machine, right? So you never want to just open unsolicited attachments that you receive, whether it's an email or a text message. So again, these are examples of these undeliverable package scams. Those are all text message examples. There's also email versions of this scam too. A story I'd like to share about this scam real quick, that I count as a win at least. USPS text scammers duped his wife, so he hacked their operation. All right, so basically this guy's wife got, she fell for this scam, this undeliverable package scam, and they stole her credit card. Right. Well, it turns out that I guess he was a hacker or whatever, and he was able to get into the organization's systems that was doing this. Right? And he learned a lot about the organization behind this scam, those undeliverable package scams. And it turned out to be a Chinese-based criminal organization. All right. And they were sending out 100,000 scam text messages per day. So that gives you an idea of what they're capable of. 100,000 scam text messages per day. And this was last year, August 8th last year. Right, so if they're doing 100,000 scam text messages per day back then, I'm sure they could do even more now. Again, he found out they were a Chinese language group. And some other details he found out about this scam organization behind this scam, or at least one of them. In total, people entered 438,669 unique credit cards. Right, so that's almost 500,000 credit cards that these scammers had. Many people entered multiple cards each, and they had 50,000 email addresses logged. Some of them were military and government email addresses. Right, so lots of people were falling for this scam. They had almost 500,000 credit cards for people falling from these undeliverable package scams. So anyway, I find that story fascinating because the husband fought back and he got in, and he worked with agencies and banks to make them aware that those cards were stolen. So it's a rare win when it comes to scammers. But also, it gives us those details. Specifically, again, they were sending 100,000 scam text messages per day. And this group, they believe, are behind all these unpaid road toll scams now. Which would explain why you get so many of these unpaid road toll text messages. Could probably send out a lot more than 100,000 a day now. But anyway, that's an undeliverable package scam. And again, there's email versions of that scam too. It's important to recognize that USPS, FedEx, they don't send text message notifications like that. Right? If you wanted to get updates on a package, you would have to know about it. You'd have to go sign up for that package specifically. You wouldn't just get random text messages about packages that were undeliverable. So if you get text messages like that, be assured it's a scam. Don't click the link. Don't trust anything about a redelivery fee. It's a scam. Undeliverable package scams. And they pick up more during the holidays. So be aware of that one as the holidays approach more, because that scam always picks up during the holidays. If you're just joining, hit that thumbs up, give us a like, say hi in the chat. Let us know you're watching. Also, what's interesting about these undeliverable package scams, so I showed you a bunch of text message versions, right? But there's also email versions. I have a couple of those to show you. And they take a different approach. These actually came in during the holidays last year, around Black Friday, right? And in this email, you see November 16th, it impersonates FedEx. It has FedEx's logo. And it's saying that, your package appears to be delayed. And what's different about this scam is they're offering a compensation product up to $100 value. At least that's the claim. right? Where the text message version of this scam was trying to get you to pay a redelivery fee, right? But this version, what they're doing is they're trying to trick you with a fake product, right? But when you go to claim this, they're going to ask for you to pay for shipping, right? So that's how this scam works. But this is the email version, right? It looks like FedEx. It says your package appears to be delayed. And here's the exact same one, but it impersonates UPS. Again, these all came in November last year during the holidays, because scam picks up more during the holidays when everybody's sending and receiving packages. But this one's the same deal. It says your package appears to be missing, except it impersonates UPS. It says get your compensation product with $100 in value. But it's a scam. It's actually going to take it to a fake website that steals your credit card details. And we're going to show you some of those fake websites in a minute. So anyway, be aware of those undeliverable package scams. You know, UPS, FedEx, they don't give you free products if your package is delayed. It'd be nice if they did, but they don't. So it's a scam at least. At least you know it's a scam if you get emails like that, text messages like that. So we talked about undeliverable package scam, right? And the one version that asks you to pay a redelivery fee, that's how they steal your billing details. And the other version, it directs you to a website to claim a free product, but that's where they steal your billing details there, right? So I want to piggyback off that a little bit and talk more about these fake retail websites, because that's a scam in itself, and it's important to know about these fake retail websites. And what was interesting about that undeliverable package scam that the email version of it evolves into a fake retail website scam because it links you to these fake retail websites. So let's take a look at some of these fake retail websites. Well, first, just to be clear, what is a fake retail website? Scammers create fake websites to sell products that are never delivered. Victims are lured in by unbeatable deals and lose money once they pay. These scams often target holiday shoppers or those seeking trending items. Right. So they're fake websites set up by scammers, and they're trying to trick victims by luring them in with unbeatable deals. Right? We just got offered a compensation product that's worth $100, $200. Right? And that's how they lured us to this fake retail website. And here's a real example. I'm going to show you a couple examples here. See, Black Friday sale, because this is one of the fake retail websites that email sent us to all during the holidays. Right, it's claiming that you get $175 wireless headphones. Just pay shipping, $8.95. Sounds like a great deal, but that's a red flag, right? Because any information you put in here, your shipping information, your payment information, gets stolen by the scammer. And there's an example of a fake retail website. Here's another one. Or from the portable heater, $175, but just pay $8.69 for shipping. But it's a scam. And they're trying to make it seem like some big Black Friday sale. But they're going to steal any information you enter in here. I'll give you one more example of a fake retail website. Again, these are all part of that same scam. Right? These were all products that were being offered by that undeliverable package email. So you got the Black Friday sale. This is saying wireless earbuds worth $175. Just pay $8.69. So that's a big red flag when they're just trying to get you to pay for shipping, especially for an item that's supposedly worth $100, $200. So if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And if it seems too good to be true, definitely look into it and research it, especially when it comes to these websites. And for example, these websites that I just showed you, these examples, when I looked into them, when I researched them, I just did a quick Google, see what anybody said or if there's any reviews. I got nothing back about them. Nothing good, nothing bad. There was no information about them anywhere. Right? It was because they were brand new and registered to be scams. So you would look into it, you find nothing about them. That's just as bad as finding bad info. Right? I wouldn't trust it. You don't want to trust it if you can't find any info about these sites. So So those are fake retail websites. And how do you land on these fake retail websites, right? So one might be through an email. You know, we got that undeliverable package scam email, but it could be emails offering you, just a special offer email or valued customer email or special holiday deal going on, right? It's just these random emails sent by scammers offering you a great deal. Click here, and they'll take you to these fake websites. The other way is ads, right? These scammers purchase ads. They'll purchase ads on social media, so it'll be on Facebook, and you'll get an ad, and it'll be for one of these scam websites. They'll purchase sponsored results from Google, so you'll search the internet, and you'll get a sponsored result. It takes it to the scammer's website. You could be on a trusted website, and they have an ad that shows up, and it could be for one of these fake retail websites. You could be on a trusted website, but they use third parties for ads, right? It's a third party that got allowed to scam through. So there's all different ways you could end up on these fake retail websites. They all seem legit, right? Ads, you can't trust them. Anybody could buy an ad, and scammers buy them. Emails, anybody can send a fake email out, and scammers do. So those are examples of these fake retail websites. And again, they use popular products. The earbuds is a hot item, so a lot of times those are used in their scams. So watch out for these fake retail websites, especially during the holidays. You start picking up more during the holidays. Hey, if you're just joining, let me know you're watching. Say hi in the chat. Chat looks a little slow tonight, so let me know you're here. Hit that like button if you haven't yet. Just joining, we're going over some common scams. We do this live stream every week. Spread awareness of scams so you can protect yourself, protect your loved ones from becoming a victim. So let us know you're here. Let us know you're watching. Hit that like button if you haven't yet. Make sure to subscribe. A lot of the scams we're going over this evening, we have videos about them on our YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can check out some of the videos later too. Next scam we're going to talk about here. Gift card received email scams, right? And how this works is you'll get an email that claims somebody sent you a gift card. Maybe a family member, maybe an employer, right? But it's a scam. It's fake. It's going to try to get you to click a link that's going to steal your information. So an example of that is this right here. You'll get an email that looks like it's from Venmo. It says your $50 gift card is here. It says your company has given you an employee rewards card. Activate your card today. But it's a scam. You never want to trust unsolicited links that came in, right? So in this case, what you would do is you would reach out to the person who supposedly sent you the gift card, right? So you'd reach out to your employer. Hey, did you send me this gift card? Right? If it said a family member, reach out to a family member. You want to confirm it's real. And you'd want to say thank you anyway, right? So before you go clicking a link or activating it, reach out to the person who supposedly sent it to confirm they actually sent it. You thank them too. But always be suspicious of any emails that come in that you weren't expecting. Gift cards, that's an extremely common scam email. It might not even be an employer or a family member it impersonates. It might just say, here's a gift card. As a valued customer, here's a $50 gift card. And it looks like it comes from Amazon or something. But if you click the link, it's a scam. You can install some malware onto your device. So always verify any gift cards or anything like that you receive before clicking links. We're a little bit ahead of schedule here. How's everybody doing out there? I know in the chat you're watching. Looks a little quiet tonight. Can't really tell. But if you're here, let us know. Say hi in the chat. Click that thumbs up. I want to hear from you. You can also join our free mailing list on scamaware101.com and click join mailing list. We'll send you some scam awareness tips and reminders when we're going live. All good stuff. You can also follow us on your favorite social media platforms. Blue Sky, X, Threads, Instagram, Facebook. We need more followers on Facebook, so hop on over to facebook.com/scamaware101 and give us a follow. Help us spread awareness about these scams. And let us know in the chat if you've encountered any scams that we've been talking about, that we've been going over. So this next portion of the live stream, I usually like to take a minute and show you some of the tools and software that you could use to protect yourself. And one of the things we're trying to do here at ScamAware 101 is trying to build a central portal, a central location on our website where you can access resources and tools and software, a knowledge base with all useful scam examples. I'm trying to get everything in one spot for you. And one of the areas we have is a tools and software section on our site here. I just want to take a few minutes and kind of show you what's out there and what you could use. Again, this is on scamaware101.com, and it's on the tools and software page. And the first three links that we have up there are data breach lookup tools. Right? And these are very important. Right? These are 4 links. I suggest that you click each link. You can pop in your email address. You can pop in your phone number. Ones that let you. You could trust these four tools. They're free to use. And basically, they'll come back to you and they'll give you a report of your data that's been leaked, that's attached to your email address, that's attached to your phone number, right? And that includes passwords, logins, personal information. They'll come back. It'll tell you, hey, your social security number's been exposed, and these passwords have been exposed. And it's all important to know because scammers use that information against you, right? They'll claim to be from Social Security, and they'll already know your Social Security number, right? And they'll use that to try and convince you that they're from Social Security. You know, or you'll find out that your banking information is out there, and that's how they know to impersonate your bank when they call you. They'll know what bank you use, what health information has been exposed out there. Because these health scams, there's a lot of impersonation. They impersonate your doctor's office, your pharmacy, your insurance, because they know all your health information. So that's what these data breach lookup tools are for. You put in your email address, you put in your phone number, and it comes back. It tells you what data of yours has been exposed. And you'll see passwords you need to change. You might see passwords come up that you need to change those passwords. All right, so definitely check out these first 4 links. It's on our tools and software page or on scamaware101.com. Oh, and by the way, they're all free. Some of them might try to sell you. They might try to sell you like identity monitoring and things like that after the fact. But the report is free, so you don't have to purchase anything. So check it out. Do the lookups. See what information about you is exposed. Then we have a few links to some security and privacy software. It's paid software. We're a Nord affiliate, so we have links here to NordPassword, NordVPN, Malwarebytes Premium. Right? We stand behind Nord and Malwarebytes. They're good companies, and everybody should have a password manager to manage their passwords with. Right? That's how you have unique passwords under each account, so you keep your accounts safe, and you have a password manager to manage it. So if you don't have a password manager yet, or if you're considering getting NordPass, use our link, save 56%. It ends up being like $35 for like 2 years, right? So $35 to get a password manager for 2 years. It's worth it. Use this link. Same for NordVPN. We got a link, save 72% off of NordVPN. So if you want a VPN, click that link, save a bunch of money. And same thing for Malwarebytes Premium. It's good antivirus software. You can run it on your PC, keeps you nice and safe, removes malware and ads. And you can save 25% off of Premium by using our link. So that's all here under the tools and software section of our scamaware101.com website. And there's also a link to some free tools here. We got the Malwarebytes Browser Guard. It's a cool browser extension. It's free. You install it in your browser, and it blocks all these ads and scams. And I use it. I like it. It hides a lot of junk It speeds up my browsing for me. So there's the link. Malwarebytes free. Right? It's just you can download Malwarebytes free. It's a nice little cleanup tool. It'll scan your computer for any malware it detects. So there's a link there to that. The difference between the free and the premium version is the premium version, it gives you real-time protection, where Malwarebytes free, you have to manually run it when you want to do a scan. So, again, if you want the premium version, use my link, save 25%. We get a little bit of cut too. I have a link here to Bitdefender Antivirus. It's free antivirus. It's pretty good. I've been noticing it slowing down some things, though, so I'm thinking maybe I'm going to remove the link here. But I've been using it for months, and it was nice for a while, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. But I guess it's still probably better than just relying on your default antivirus. So the link's here. If you're relying on your default antivirus, here's a free antivirus you could try out, and it just has a little bit more protection. Locks down the sites that you're going to and blocks search results that are dangerous, things like that aren't usually included with the regular built-in Windows antivirus. But the link's here if you're interested in getting a free antivirus you want to test out. And we have a few more links here on our tools and software page. We have the reverse image lookup tools. So these come in handy with romance scams. And again, they're free tools. We have a link to 3 different ones here. And what these reverse image lookup tools do is if you're, for example, I'll use online dating, right? You meet somebody on a dating website. What you can do is you can take their pictures and you do a reverse image lookup. And it'll tell you if it finds their pictures anywhere else on the internet. Why do you care? Well, because that tells you the person you're talking to might have stole someone's pictures, might be using someone else's pictures. All right. So, for example, we have a link to TinEye reverse image search. We have a link to Bing visual search and Google image search. So all 3 of these, they let you upload a picture and it'll come back. It'll tell you if it finds it anywhere else on the internet. So that's a little thing you could do to, just as an extra step to maybe find out if the person you're talking to is real on a dating website. Website safety lookup tools. We have those links here. Our tools and resources, our tools and software page. We were mentioning earlier about checking if a website is safe or not. And here's a couple links where you could use them. Norton Safe Web. It'll tell you if there's any ratings or reviews about a website. A link to Google Safe Browsing. It'll tell you if a website was detected as dangerous or unsafe. Have a link to Virus Total. It'll tell you if there's been any malware or other breaches detected on that site. So there's just some extra links you could use to double check the security of a website, if you can trust it or not. The more resources you have to check something, the better. And then the last couple links we have here on our tools and software page is a link to some scam tracker tools. The first one is to the BBB, and then the second one is to AARP. And usually what we'll do is we'll wrap up this live stream a little later by bringing up the AARP scam tracking map. And we'll see what scams are being reported and where they're being reported, what areas of the country. And we'll see if there's any scams there we should talk about, or if the scams we talked about are on point as far as being common right now. So anyway, all those useful links and to online tools and software, we have that on our website, scamaware101.com. But if you take away anything from that, definitely check out the first 4 links here, those data breach lookup tools. It's important to be aware of what information of yours is out there, especially the passwords that you might already be using. You might be using passwords still. And this comes back, it tells you that it's been exposed. So definitely check it out. Again, it's on our tools and software page on scamaware101.com. And while you're there, make sure to click join mailing list and join our free mailing list. We'll send you some useful scam awareness tips and reminders of when we're going live. We're just rounded out our second hour here. All right, we're running a little ahead of schedule here. Cool. All right, if you're just joining, we do this live stream every week, every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Our goal is to spread awareness of these scams so you can protect yourself, protect your loved ones from becoming a victim. We go over about 20 different types of scams. I'm going to show you tons of examples, emails, text messages, phone calls, all useful examples to be aware of so you can recognize these scams when you're the target. So we just rounded our second hour here. We're going to be entering our third hour. Usually it takes a quick 5 minutes to refill the coffee, but I might just keep going here. But let me know in the chat if you're watching. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't yet. We want to hear from you. You can follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. Need more Facebook followers. So head on over to facebook.com/scamaware101. Give us a follow. We have links to all our social media pages on our website, scamaware101.com, and we have the free mailing list there too. So make sure to join the free mailing list. All right, we're going to take our final 5-minute coffee break here. Refill our coffee mug before we go into our third hour. And the rest of the live stream should be interrupted after that. We'll wrap up with the final hour all uninterrupted with a fresh cup of coffee. In the meantime, hit that thumbs up, give us a like, say hi in the chat, invite some friends for the last hour here. We still got a lot of good scams coming up. Social Security scams, IRS and tax season scams. We got some discount scams, some recordings to play for you. All active scams. So stay tuned. Go refill this coffee mug. And then we're going to keep on going. Back in a few minutes. All right, we're back for our final portion of this live stream. For the next hour, will be uninterrupted. We're entering our third hour here. Usually we get a little bit of bump from the West Coast, so if you end up joining from the West Coast, let us know in the chat. Say hi. All right, if you're just joining us, welcome to the live stream. I'm Jared with Scamware 101. We do this live stream every week, every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Our goal is to spread awareness about common scams so you can protect yourself and protect your loved ones from becoming a victim. So we're going into our third hour here. This is our final hour. We're going to go over some more good scams, though. Plenty of good content for you here. And scam awareness and useful tips for you. But before we dive into our next batch of common scams, take a moment and join our free mailing list, scamaware101.com, and click Join Mailing List. It's free. We'll send you some scam awareness tips, some reminders when we're going live. All good stuff. You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. We have links all on our website, scamaware101.com, and you can find links to each of our social media pages. So the next scam we're going to talk about, Social Security scams. So Social Security impersonation scams, basically scammers impersonate Social Security officials and claim there are problems with the victim's number or benefits. They threaten action unless immediate payment or information is provided. Scammers will also send fake emails that appear to be from Social Security, but link to dangerous websites. Right? So you have to watch out for various types of Social Security scams. The scammers have been known to call victims. They'll call them over the phone. They'll impersonate Social Security. They'll claim there's an issue with their payment or their banking information. They'll try to steal the victim's bank and billing information. Right? Other times, they'll send out emails that impersonate Social Security. Sometimes they'll try to link you to a fake website to steal your information. Other times they'll link you to a website that installs a virus onto your device. So you need to be aware of these Social Security scams. In fact, even on the letters, the physical letters that Social Security sends out, outside on the envelope, they have a big warning. It says, watch out for scams. All right. So the same tip that we've been talking about, where any phone calls that come in, any unsolicited phone calls from someone, you have to hang up and call directly to verify. All right. Even if the caller ID shows Social Security's phone number, scammers could manipulate caller ID. So always remember that. So you need to watch out for phone calls, scammers that impersonate Social Security. And you also need to watch out for emails. And I have an example of an email for you. This was February 6th, so this year, only a few months old. And in this case, the email that came says, get your new information now. Right, Department of Information Services. To see your statement, please download the file from this link. And it looks like the link goes to ssa.gov. Right, but it's not. It actually points to another website. So these scammers, they'll make the link look like it points to ssa.gov. We hope you find your new statement useful and informative. Thank you for using the Social Security Administration's services. Please do not reply to this email as we're unable to respond. This file works on computers only. All right, so here's an email. It's claiming to be from Social Security Administration. It has a link where you make it look like it points to ssa.gov. But when you hover over it, you can see it actually points to some fake gibberish website. And this is an example of a Social Security scam. And the screenshot I'm showing you, this is how it looks on a computer. And you have a little bit more control. You can see the full email address. You hover the mouse to see where the link points to. But on a phone, if the victim looked at the email on the phone, it's a lot trickier to tell it says, first, you can't see the email address. They have to actually click on it. So it just looks like it's Department of. Right? And then they see it looks like it points to ssa.gov. So it looks a lot more convincing and trickier on a phone. But again, the ssa.gov, that doesn't really point there. It points to a fake website. So that's an example of a Social Security email scam. So phone calls, emails, and scammers impersonate Social Security. So be aware of it and be alert if any unsolicited contacts communications from people claiming to be with Social Security. Next, let's talk about some IRS and tax season scams. And similar to Social Security, there's a couple different types of impersonation scams you need to watch out for as far as tax and IRS scams go. Sometimes the scammers impersonate tax authorities. They claim the victim owes taxes and must pay immediately to avoid penalties or arrest. Right, to try to scare the victim. A lot of times they'll demand payment via untraceable methods. Those red flags we talked about, Bitcoin, gift cards. The IRS doesn't accept payments. There's red flags. Somebody's trying to get payment that way. But, again, similar to the last scam, you need to watch out for phone calls that claim they're the IRS. All right, those impersonation scams claiming that you owe taxes, there's a problem with your account, with those unsolicited phone calls. But there's also these text messages. And this scam that impersonates the IRS, instead of saying there's a problem, what they're saying is you're eligible to receive a $1,400 economic impact payment. All right, so they're trying to trick the victim into thinking, hey, we're going to send you money. And it says, please provide your accurate personal information. We will deposit the amount into your bank account or mail a paper check within 1 to 2 business days. And it's got a link to a fake website. And they try to make the website look like it links to irs.gov, but it actually links to .subsidy.ion.com, right? Some other website. And that's an example of another IRS scam. And this text message we're looking at right now, we were warned about this text message this year from the IRS. Right, so this is a text message that's actively circulating. To watch out for. Also notice it has that instruction at the bottom. Please reply yes, then exit and reopen. Right, and that instruction is always a red flag. We've seen that in quite a few of the scam examples, text message scam examples. So those are a couple examples of IRS impersonation scams. You need to watch out for phone calls, watch out text messages, emails too. You know, any text message scam could easily be adapted to email, and vice versa. Any email scam could easily be adapted to text message usually. So you always need to be aware of either or. The other type of tax and IRS scam are fake tax forgiveness offers. Right, there's a lot of these going around now during tax season. And with these phone calls and these robocalls, they claim that you owe back taxes. You know, they don't know if you do or not. Everybody getting this call says the same thing too. But it claims you owe back taxes, and it claims that if you call within a week, they could help you with tax forgiveness. Right, but it's a scam. You shouldn't trust an unsolicited phone call offering tax assistance, especially when it starts in such a misleading way, just saying, hey, you owe back taxes. I don't know if you owe back taxes or not. And I have an example of one of those phone calls that are circulating. I'm going to play for you right now. But keep in mind, there's so many different versions of these phone calls floating around. So I'm just going to play one version for you. But they all typically say, hey, you owe back taxes. You're eligible for tax forgiveness. All right, call us or press 1, and but you don't want to trust random calls like that. If you really want to look into it, reach out to your accountant, reach out to a known accountant. Don't trust unsolicited phone calls that leave strange, threatening messages. But anyway, let's take a listen to this message.
Hi, this is Lindsay Carter from the Activation Department. Give me a call back at 833-850-2527. Our records indicate you have some back taxes owed. You're now eligible to apply for them to be forgiven with the Zero Tax Balance Program. Any back owed taxes can be enrolled to be forgiven through this program. But we do need to sign up this week. Just give me a call so we can start the process. It's really quick. And I'll keep your file open here. So my number is 833-850-2527. If you've already resolved this, call back and press 2 to be removed. Can't wait to speak with you. 2.
So that's a common robocall that's circulating. It plays the same thing to everybody. And you can tell it's a scam. I mean, it sounds like they make it, the AI is really good. I give it credit for being good AI because it definitely makes it sound like it could be a real person that's actually calling you. But it's a robocall. It's just a machine calling you. So it's misleading there. They're trying to make it, it's like, I'll keep your file open on my desk. But it's all part of scam. The call opens up with you owe back taxes, right? But it's a robocall, so it's just saying the same thing to everybody that it calls, right? So it's trying to scare you, and it's saying you got to call within a week, so it's trying to rush you to make a decision quick, right? And you notice these a lot in scams. They try to rush you, they try to scare you, and there's a good example of this type of scam. And again, tax season just kind of wrapped up, I guess, right? So, but this scam's still circulating because I talked to a few people. They got this after they had already filed their taxes. They thought that it just meant, oh, I must have filed my taxes wrong, or I must owe back taxes now since I filed, or something like that. But so it could cause confusion even after the fact. So that's why this scam's still circulating. There's still a lot of these tax forgiveness calls circulating right now. So be aware of those and don't trust those. If you're worried that you get a call like this and you're worried like, oh my God, do I really owe back that? Reach out to your actual accountant. Right? Don't go trust in random phone calls like this. So that's an example of these tax forgiveness scams that you need to watch out for during tax season. So IRS impersonation scams, tax forgiveness scams. It's that time of year, people. Watch out. Let me know in the chat if you've gotten those calls before. I had multiple people report that same recording I played for you to me. So. If you're just joining, hit that thumbs up, give us a like. Help us spread awareness about these scams. We need to get more people in this live stream. The next scam recording I'm going to play for you is actually, it's a fake. I'm not even sure what to call this scam. But it's a fake Comcast discount voicemail. And how this scam works is I'm going to play this voicemail for you that I received. And basically it's going to say that my 50% discount is expiring, right? Meaning my bill's going to double. And it says call back this number, right? But if you call back, it's going to be a scammer. And how the scam works is they say, yeah, your price is going to expire, your discount. They'll say, but we have a deal going on with Target. So if you go purchase a Target gift card, a $500 gift card, and you pay with that, you get to keep the same rate. So they try to trick the person into purchasing a Target gift card to keep their Comcast discount, right? And what I have here is I have a recording of the robocall that's going around, and this actually came to me, and I don't have Comcast, so I knew right away it was a scam. But for someone that does have Comcast, they might not realize this is a scam. So I'm going to play this recording for you right now. And if you get a recording like this, rest assured it's a scam. And don't call back the number, right? If you're concerned that it's real, reach out to your provider directly, right? Like if you're concerned this was really from Comcast, actually call Comcast directly. Call the number on your bill. Don't call these people. Don't interact with these people. But anyway, let me play the recording for you. So watch out for this one, especially if you have a Comcast, but there's also different versions going around for different providers as well. There you go.
Hello. This voicemail is from Comcast Xfinity. Your current 50% discount on your monthly bill will expire by the end of the day. To maintain your reduced rate, call the number on your caller ID immediately. This is your final reminder to act. Call back now. Thank you.
So many red flags about that, right? They say call back the number on caller ID. Big red flag. If they don't really leave a real number behind, so it's a big red flag. And they're saying it expires today, so they're trying to scare you into rushing, right? Reacting today. So there's a bunch of red flags that that's a scam. And if somebody has Comcast, though, they could be worried. What, my 50% discount's expiring? You mean my bill's going to double? So they might not think. They might react quickly, and then they're getting scammed. So be aware of these fake discount phone calls or expiring discount phone calls. Especially have Comcast. All right, everybody, if you're just joining, say hi in chat. Let us know you're watching. Hit that thumbs up. Give us a like. Getting towards the last portion of our live stream here. Got maybe half an hour left. We covered about 15 different scams so far since we started. Lots of good stuff in this live stream. Lots of examples. We do this live stream every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We go over 20 different types of scams. We share all sorts of examples of the scams with you. Ideas so you can protect yourself, protect your loved ones from becoming a victim. You join our free mailing list on scamaware101.com. And we'll let you know when we're going live and when we post new videos. So join the free mailing list, scamaware101.com. You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. We need some more Facebook followers. So check us out, facebook.com/scamaware101. We have links to each page on our website too if you can't find us. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. A lot of scams we're talking about tonight we have videos about. So you can go share those videos later. They're on our YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe and check out those videos too. And hit that thumbs up. Give us a like. Help us spread awareness about these scams. We're trying to put something good out there. So the more likes we get, more subscribers, the more our content will be shown. And for this next portion of our live stream, we're actually going to go over some snail mail scams. That's right. Snail mail. The old traditional postal mail. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of scams going around that use the postal service. You know, a lot of people, they forget. We're so used to being targeted online with scams through emails or text messages, or right. We forget that scammers still use the postal service too. They're still sending out letters that try to scam you. They're still sending out fake gift cards, in the mail, and fake offers to try and scam you. And we have a bunch of examples to share with you. So make sure to click that thumbs up. Let us know in the chat if you encounter any of the scams we're about to go over. So the first snail mail scam that we're going to talk about is a free gift card scam that comes as a postcard, right? We talked about the digital version of this just before. We talked about the email version. You get a free gift card email, but it's a scam. If you click the link to activate it, they're going to steal your information or install malware on your device. But this is the same version, except it's a postcard version. You get a postcard in the mail, right? And it's offering you a free gift. So victims receive a physical postcard in the mail offering a free gift. When the victim attempts to activate the gift card by scanning a QR code, malware is installed on their device, or a fake website is opened to steal your information. All right. An example of that would be this postcard right here. It's offering you free wireless earbuds. Notice it's the same product that the fake retail website we bought up before showed. Because a lot of times these scams, they'll use popular items. And for the fake retail website, where they list the free Bluetooth item, right? It's a hot item. So the same item gets used over here in this snail mail version, this postcard gift scam. Now you also have to watch out for the QR codes, right? Because these QR codes now, scammers use those too. There's lots of QR code scams. We could break down this live stream into a whole another section about QR code scams because there's so many. It's becoming so popular. Thanks to COVID, people got used to scanning QR codes where, when they would eat somewhere, it was all hands-free. You would scan the QR code on the menu instead of touching the menu. It was a little crazy, but at the same time, everybody learned how to use QR codes. And scammers adapted them more. So now you have to actually watch out for these QR code scams. And this example of a free gift card free gift postcard, free offer that comes in the mail. It says scan here. It's an example of that type of scam. You scan the QR code and it takes you to a malicious website. It's the same thing as clicking a link. QR codes are the same thing as clicking links. So you don't want to just scan random QR codes, just like you don't want to scan or click random links, So again, this is an example of a physical postcard, but it's a scam. They try to get you to scan these QR codes and by offering you free earbuds. But eventually it's going to ask your personal information. It's going to try to steal your Amazon login, it says, and your credit card details. So be suspicious of free offers that come in the mail. And be suspicious of scanning QR codes. So that's the first type of snail mail scam we're going to talk about this evening. Let me know in the chat if you've gotten these before. Malicious QR codes. You have to watch out for those QR codes. They've been emailing QR codes now too. So all types of scams will have, they start attaching QR codes. Those videos on YouTube, they'll put QR codes to scan. Right? They said they won't be like my QR code. In fact, I'm going to use my QR code as an example. Right? So mine, first of all, you can tell it's legit because right under it, I put where it's supposed to go. Right? If you scan that QR code, it's going to take you to scamaware101.com/donate. Right? So you don't even have to scan the QR code. You can bypass the code completely and just go directly to scamaware101.com/donate. And that's how you could kind of trust what's being put there. The safest QR code is one you don't even have to scan. Right? And in this case, it's like, I'm not going to scan the QR code. You can just go directly there. So I don't recommend scanning QR codes, especially if it doesn't say openly where it's supposed to go. If it gives you an option just to go there directly, go there directly. Especially if it's a site you could trust. But be suspicious of QR codes. You'll see a lot of these YouTube videos where they'll take these QR codes. It'll look like it's Elon Musk. He'll be saying like, scan this QR code and send me Bitcoin. But it's a scam, obviously. But they'll use those in QR code scams too. But anyway, let's get back to some of these snail mail scam examples. Let me know in the chat if you've encountered them. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't yet. Let me know you're watching. But the next example of snail mail scam is inheritance scams. Believe it or not, these are still extremely common. We see email versions that are scam all the time. Right? And there's still a snail mail version of a scam as well. Victims are contacted with claims of a large inheritance from an unknown relative, but to claim it, they must pay fees or provide personal details. These scams exploit curiosity and greed to steal money and identity information. Right? An example of one of these letters that's circulating. Here's one right here. And notice it's dated November 29th last year, so it's not even a year old yet. And this is a letter that's circulating right now. And it's got the letterhead. It looks like it's a letterhead of a law office. It's got a logo up top. The names, it was addressed to the person. The person it was addressed to. They list somebody that shares the last name of that person in the letter. Right? So they make sure that the names match. The person it's addressed to matches the name of the supposedly deceased family member. But basically the letter says it's impersonating a law office. It's saying that their client passed away during COVID. Because you share the same last name, you're entitled to a $10 million inheritance, and they'll facilitate it for you. That's the scam. Well, that's the narrative they get to pull you in. The scam is to claim this $10 million inheritance. They're going to say you have to pay fees, you have to pay taxes, and they're going to get you to pay a whole bunch of money that they steal, and then you never get an inheritance. There was no inheritance. It was all a scam just to steal the fees and the taxes from you, supposedly. And this is a real letter that was recently received and went out. Again, it impersonates the law office. The names were correct. The name it listed for the deceased client, it matched the last name of who it was addressed to. But if you do a quick Google search on this letter, if you just search for a few different sentences, you find plenty of other people reporting this exact same letter They received the exact same letter. The only difference was the name of the deceased and who it was addressed to was swapped out to match in their case. Which shows why it's so important. You need to research these things. You need to look into these things. Just take a few minutes and just Google. And you can find out real quickly it's a scam. And again, that's an example of an inheritance scam, a snail mail version, but we see email versions too. And so be aware of inheritance scams. If you're just joining, say hi in the chat, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, help us spread awareness. Our goal here at Scamware 101 is spread awareness of these scams so you can protect yourself, protect your loved ones, becoming victims of these scammers. Because these scammers are ruthless. They want to take it all from you. They want to take everything you got. Next scam we're going to talk about is fake renewal scams or subscription scams. Victims are notified about renewals or subscriptions they don't have and prompted to provide payment information. Sometimes it's to cancel, other times it's just to trick them into paying for a subscription that doesn't exist. We see this all the time in emails, right? We get these emails that look like they're from Netflix or Amazon Prime, and they say there's been an issue with your renewal and confirm your billing information. In those cases, there's scams to steal your billing information. But in the Postal Service version of this, here's an example. It's a fake bill for marketing services. And it's designed to look like a renewal. Right, returned by July 26th, so it has a date to return it by. Technically, legally, they could probably get away with it. But the way it's designed, it's a good example of what these scammers will do when they send out these fake renewal letters. And a lot of people see this and think, oh, okay, I just owe $289. I better pay this. Businesses get this one a lot. And they just pay $289 and then forget about it. They don't realize it's fake most of the time. But individuals can get targeted too with this. So it's important to be aware of these scams that arrive in your mailbox as well. This next scam we're going to talk about, this is a fun one. It's actually the last scam as part of this presentation, minus the scam tracker map. We're going to check that out in a little bit. But we released a video about this scam recently. This is a secret shopper scam. Mystery shopper, secret survey scam. And how it works is you'll receive these letters in the mail that appear like they're from Walgreens or CVS. And they'll claim you've been selected as a secret shopper. And it's saying they'll pay a $450 commission to go purchase some gift cards at CVS and Walgreens. And the thing about the scam is inside the envelope with the letter is a check. So the victim thinks, oh, this is great. I already got the check in hand. And this check is supposedly to cover the cost of purchasing gift cards plus the $450 commission. But the check's bad. But the scammers, what they'll do is they instruct the victim to deposit the check and then to immediately go and purchase these gift cards as a secret shopper. And then what happens is the victim doesn't realize it, but 2-3 days later, the check bounces and gets declined. But by then it's too late. They already purchased the gift cards. They already sent them to the scammer. And now they're stuck owing $2,000 or being out of $2,000 that they bought the gift cards with. So if you get an envelope that contains a check, that doesn't mean that's any more legit. If anything, that's a red flag that something suspicious is going on. And I have 2 examples of this letter that's circulating. This first one, again, it impersonates Walgreens and CVS. There's a check attached. It instructs the victim to purchase Apple gift cards, Razer Gold gift cards, Nike gift cards, or Steam Wallet gift cards. Right? That's what this letter instructs the victim to do, to purchase them with this check. But then his other example, it's the same type of scam, same type of letter that goes out. They impersonate Walgreens, CVS. This one's a little different, but it's the same idea. It includes a check, and it instructs the victim they could go to. This one lists a whole bunch of stores the victim could actually go to. They go to Walgreens, Best Buy, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, Family Dollar, Meijer, Kroger, Safeway, Dollar General, Walmart, Speedway, Albertsons, right? So this letter actually instructs the victim, hey, you go to all these different places to purchase the gift cards. But this scammer just wants Apple gift cards. But it's the same type of scam. The letter comes in the mail. It's got a check in an envelope, and it says, hey, go purchase these gift cards. And you can keep $450 commission, but the check's going to bounce. It's no good. And the victim gets stuck with the money, paying out of pocket. That's known as secret survey or mystery shopper scam. And we did a video about that one. It's on our YouTube channel. We go into each of these examples a little bit deeper and analyze them a little bit more. It's a good video. Check it out. A couple key takeaways about those secret survey check scams. Scammers still use the postal service to target individuals. It's important to be aware that there's still scams being sent out, snail mail scams. And just because you receive a letter in the mail, that doesn't mean it can be trusted. Don't trust unsolicited letters that include a check in the envelope. That's a big red flag. Even if a check appears legitimate, definitely don't use the funds until it clears. But even better, call up the bank first and confirm that the funds are in there. Confirm the check is good. Because if you try to deposit, even if it bounces a couple days later, you're still going to get hit with a fee from the bank. So not only would you get scammed, but you also get hit with a fee from the bank. That insult to injury. Look, any request to purchase gift cards, it's a red flag. And this is no different. When you hear anybody telling you to purchase gift cards, you're instructed to purchase gift cards, be suspicious. Just because scammers love to receive gift cards. It's a preferred way of payment for them. So, any mention of gift cards? Hey, wait a minute. Is this guy a scammer? Why is he asking me for gift cards? And then just kind of like a side note, receiving a job offer. In this case, you just get a random letter in the mail. So it's a job offer, right? Receiving a job offer without applying is a red flag. Legitimate job offers, they won't ask you to deposit money or send money back. It's shady. So be suspicious of some kind of job offer that just arrives in the mail, especially if it's got a check for you. So anyway, that's a secret survey check scam. Again, check out the video on our YouTube channel to see more. All right, we're running right on schedule here, everybody. So usually this portion of the live stream, what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring up the scam tracker map that we mentioned about earlier when we were talking about the tools and software section that we put on our Scamaware 101 website here. And one of the last links on that page is to the AARP scam tracker map, which is a fun little tool because it lets you see what scams are being reported and where they're being reported in the country. So it's a fun way to identify which scams are picking up and become more common. So if you're just joining us, even though it's the last portion of our live stream, we still got it's going to be a fun last portion here. So stick around and check it out. And if you're just joining us, make sure to hit that thumbs up, give us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our goal is to spread awareness. We're trying to put something good out there, and you can help just by hitting that like button, by hitting subscribe. You can follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. Need more Facebook followers? So hop on over to facebook.com/scamware101. Hit that follow button. We're trying to get our live stream onto Facebook too, but we need more followers. You join our free mailing list, scamaware101.com. Hit join mailing list. It's free to join. We'll send you some scam awareness tips, some reminders when we're going live, all good stuff. So now for this last portion of the live stream here. And again, it's on our tools and software page on scamaware101.com. Last link down here, we have a link to the ARP scam tracking map. Here's a fun tool that you could use to see what scams are being reported throughout the country. So as you can see here, the latest reports, usually like 2 days old. So all these reports are from the 17th here, and you can see where all the reports are coming in on the map. But on the first page, it starts on the 17th. We're going to look through a few pages of reports here, and we're going to see what kind of scams are being reported by people. All right, so let's start the first one. My husband received a letter from Bank of America stating that he needed to respond within 30 days. Let's see what this person says. It stated that a prepaid account in his name had been inactive. The letter asked that he sign, date the letter, return. I contacted a friend who works with him, said the letter looked legit. The only thing is, reported to be fraud. We knew it was a scam because we have never had a BA bank account. My concern is older consumers who might receive a letter like this not understand that it is a scam. All right, so be suspicious of letters from Bank of America saying you need to respond within 30 days. That's what I'm taking from this report. Unfortunately, she didn't give enough details. But basically it comes down to, it's an example of a snail mail scam, though. It's a good example that they're still around. You received a letter. Person is Bank of America, and it says he needs to respond within 30 days. And then if he had called the number, I'm sure it would be connected to a scammer. The scammer would have went down that whole narrative. Your identity's been stolen. We see an account that was created under your name. We need you to move your money. Right? So watch out for those. Anything impersonating your bank. Right? We talked about bank impersonation was one of the first scams we talked about when we started this live stream. It was like scam number 2 or 3. Right? It was bank impersonation. And we talked about the text messages that impersonate the bank. We talked about the emails that impersonate the bank, the phone calls that impersonate the bank. But look, there's letters. Scammers are sending out letters that impersonate the bank too. Always be suspicious of things that have to do with your bank and reach out to your bank directly to confirm. Auto-related scam. Want you to contact them because you have a ticket. That's probably the unpaid road toll scam, but there's also fake parking ticket scams too. People have been reporting parking tickets that are like left in their windshield wipers, right? But have the QR code to scan. It takes them to the fake website. So you do have to watch out for fake parking tickets. But in this case, it's an unpaid toll scam. You need to watch out for those. We're going to see a bunch more on this list, I'm sure. Charity scams and fraud. They try to scam me and send me death threats. Okay, we're not going to get too deep into that, but you do have to watch out for charity scams. We see them every time a tragedy strikes, like wildfires. You'll see these fake charities pop up for the wildfires. Gift card scams and fraud. Here we are. Call from Xfinity supposedly offering half price off on bill every month for 2 years if you go buy 2 Target gift cards. Yep. So this is the one we were just talking about. I played you that recording of the phone call claiming that your 50% offer was going to expire. And this is a report about that type of scam. And basically they say that either your 50% discount's going to expire, or they try to trick you by saying you could get a 50% discount. And they try to trick you into purchasing these gift cards. I'm actually going to take a quick screenshot of this and add it to my collection of reports here. Just bear with me. I'll just take a quick screenshot. Just saving this report for future reference. All right. Yeah. So we went over that scam. Be aware of that one. Where they tell you there's a deal, but you have to pay with a Target gift card or any other type of gift card. In this case, they seem to be asking for Target a lot. But any mentions of gift cards, red flags. Business imposter scam. Text says USPS due to incomplete or incorrect recipient address. Wants you to click on address to update. Yeah, that's an undeliverable package scam. We just talked about that one. Showed you some examples. Right, we showed you a text message version of that. We showed you an email version of that. In this case, the person's reporting a text message version. So that one's still around. People are reporting it. Those undeliverable package scams. Here's one. I got an email from what looked like it was from Costco saying you could get a free Keurig machine if you paid a small shipping fee. So there you go. It's a fake, those fake offers, right? It's similar to that fake retail website where it says you get free Keurig, just pay for shipping. But it's a scam. They're just trying to steal your information. PayPal scam. I received the following email. Dear customer, we're confirming. All right, let's see what it says. Fake PayPal email is extremely common. Be suspicious of any emails that supposedly come from PayPal because scammers love to send PayPal phishing emails. This person reports, you received the following email. We're confirming a successful payment made to your PayPal account. The transaction is in progress should appear in your account activity. If the transaction was not made by you, please contact us at, right? So this is a fake notification. It's telling them, if you didn't make this transaction, call this number. It's impersonating PayPal, but they're trying to trick them. It's a fake order notification. They're trying to trick them into calling PayPal. Well, a scammer that impersonates PayPal. If he calls that number, he's actually going to be talking to a scammer. And we talked about those fake order notifications. You can never trust phone numbers, emails, anything coming from an unsolicited message. You always need to reach out directly, right? Don't trust phone numbers. Home-related scam. What's this? Caller insisted to my mother they would be by tomorrow to check on the roof. She replied to stay off her property. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a bunch of roofing scams and HVAC scams and things like that where they just try to send scammers over. Don't even do any work. The moral of this story was roofing or HVAC. Use a trusted company. Tech support scams. Reporting on behalf of my mother. She thought she was contacting Microsoft tech support to unlock her Hotmail. Yeah. Let's see what else. So we talked about tech support scams. Unfortunately, a lot of older people fall for this. Important to be aware of them. We showed you the fake virus alerts. And we did a video about this too, where you can see a bunch of the fake virus alerts that are examples of these tech support scams. But in this report, she thought she was contacting Microsoft tech support to unlock her Hotmail email. She Googled numbers to call, right? And she actually, as part of the scam, she found the wrong number. She called the wrong number. And that's important to be aware of too. Even if you're trying to do your due diligence by reaching out directly and looking up the correct number, make sure you're looking up the correct number because you can just land on a scam website that gives you a fake number to call. But this is an example of a tech support scam. She was tricked into calling a fake Microsoft scammer. Yeah, and they tried to get her to go into her bank accounts, connect to her computer, all those things that we warned you about, those red flags. And again, what we're doing right now, we're just reviewing the AARP, the scam tracking map. These are all reports that came in from people. These came in 2 days ago, the reports we're looking at right now. Florida motor vehicle, final notice, unpaid road toll scam. Yep, that one's still going around. Received a phone call from telemarketer for State Farm. The phone number registered as a motel. No, that didn't get enough details. Health-related scam. They call 15 times a day, always from a different name, and sounds like caller come from India. They say they are from. Let's see what this one says. This come from India. They say they are from Medicare Orthopedic and want to send me free braces for my back and knees. I asked to be taken off the call list. They say this will be the last call, but continue to call back all day long. This is a good example. I'm going to save this one actually too. So in this case, they're trying to steal the lady's Medicare information and place orders so they could get reimbursed for it. Just bear with me. I'm just taking a screenshot of this one, so I'll share it with my other Medicaid or Medicare examples here. Never give away your Medicare number to unsolicited phone call. Scammers also impersonate your doctor's office. Your doctor's phone number will show on your caller ID sometimes too. So if someone's calling from your doctor's office, look, if someone's calling from your doctor's office and it's not someone you recognize or know for sure, no, even if it is, you tell them, hey, let me just call you back real quick. They understand. Doctors' offices deal with this all the time. They understand that you want to hang up and call them back directly if you're worried it's a scammer. They'll probably be impressed with you if you do that, actually. So, but anyway, watch out for these Medicare scammers. They will impersonate your doctor's office. In this report, the person's saying that they're trying to send her free braces to my back and knees. They're not free. They're trying to steal her Medicare number so they could order them for her and get reimbursed from Medicare. Anyway, let's take a look at a couple more scams. Then we'll get this live stream wrapped up. Seems a little quiet tonight, but if you're still here, say hi in the chat. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know you're watching. Gift card scams. Received a message from a friend asking me to purchase an Amazon gift card for a third person for her. That's an interesting one. Yeah, we don't mention this one often, but this is common. Someone will create a fake profile online or a fake email, and they'll send you an email impersonating your friend saying, hey, could you purchase this gift card for me? Or, hey, can you send me money real quick? I'm stranded. Or, can I borrow whatever from you? And you don't realize, you think it's your friend, but it's actually someone they create a fake profile or fake email. You see that a lot on like Facebook. Sometimes your friend's account gets hacked and they message everybody saying, hey, can you send me $20? So be suspicious of friends suddenly ask you for money. You know, confirm in another way it's them. Talk to them on the phone or whatever. I received an email stating that I had outstanding dues for the Geek Squad. So this email, a lot of people are reporting this one. This one's extremely common right now, these Geek Squad emails claiming that you have an invoice due. So be aware of that scam. Don't trust a link. It's a scam. Don't trust it. A lot of people are getting that one. Yeah, Dave, thank you for mentioning that in the chat. Dave's mentioned, as far as Medicare scams go too, a lot of times they say they have new Medicare cards that they're going to send you. And they'll ask your Medicare number, but you still don't want to do that. Never give your number out to unsolicited phone call from someone. Medicare number. All right, let's look at this last page here. This last few more. Caller say it was my grandson, was in a car accident last night, broke his nose, was arrested for DUI, needed $8,500. Yeah, that's a grandparent scam. We went over that one earlier in the live stream too. Yeah, grandparent scams. You need to watch out for that. Make sure that your older loved ones are aware of that, or if you're the older loved one, make sure you're aware of it. If someone's calling you claiming to be your son, your grandson, daughter, granddaughter, they're claiming that they've been arrested, need money right away. Don't just trust it. Know that there's a scam going on. Make sure to verify what's happening. Yeah, cryptocurrency scam. Received an email from supposedly PayPal that said I paid over $800 for Bitcoins. Yeah, Right, so that's another PayPal scam. You get the email, it says that a purchase was made, and they're going to try to trick you into calling a scammer. Right, you think you're calling PayPal to dispute it, but you're actually calling a scammer who's going to try to really take your money. Government imposter scam. When I answered, there was an automated voice line that said they were for the U.S. tax services. Oh, here we go. So let's see. We'll wrap up with this one. Yeah, this is just an example of those fake tax forgiveness services. Those automated voice calls. They say press 1 to speak to, you have back taxes. Press 1 for tax forgiveness, but it's a scam. This person's just reporting it. Same type of scam still circulating. Same thing we just talked about. So anyway, that's a scam tracker map. A lot of scams that we covered on a live stream, there they were. We saw them right there. So we know we're still on track covering a lot of these common scams. We know we're still circulating. We gave you all these good information. The information's still good. The examples, the common scams to be aware of, all important. And we just hit 3 hours. Not bad. So we're going to get this live stream wrapped up now. Went over a lot of good stuff on this live stream. We do this every week. If you just joined us, you missed it all. But if you just joined us, we do this every week. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow us on Facebook. We have our events all posted on Facebook. You could RSVP to an event so you get a reminder. You can join our mailing list, scamaware101.com. Hit join mailing list. We'll send you a reminder next time we're live. We'll send you some useful scam awareness tips. So definitely join our free mailing list. It's right here. scamaware101.com. Don't forget to follow us on your favorite social media. We need more Facebook followers, so check us out at facebook.com/scamaware101. Definitely need the followers. Want to get this live stream on there so you can help by following. And we're also on Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. Again, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on here every week doing this live stream, spreading awareness. You can check out our other videos. A lot of the scams we talked about this evening, we have videos about them as well. So you go check out those videos and share them with a loved one. And make sure to tune in next week when we do the live stream again. We should be leaving this, plan on leaving this replay up too. So even if you want to start from the beginning, check out the live stream from the start, you're more than welcome to. It will be on our YouTube channel. So again, hit that subscribe button. And that's it for this live stream. Thank you everybody for attending. I hope we shared something new with you. Maybe you learned something or been reminded about something. Maybe something you could share with a loved one. And hopefully help you avoid becoming a victim to these ruthless scammers. If you appreciate what we do, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share. You could donate. scamaware101.com/donate. We do accept donations. Got that thanks button over here on YouTube too. You could give us a super thanks. Got one earlier from Dave. Thanks again, Dave. Appreciate that. That one earlier. And that's about it, everybody. Listen, stay safe until next time we talk. We'll be here next week. Same day, same time. Have a great rest of the week. Until next time, stay safe.